Well, hello. Lord have mercy.
Hi. Oh my gosh.
What
Welcome.
happened to my camera? I didn't touch anything. Yet it just kind of, what? Alrighty then, now stop it.
Technology.
I don't know. Spirits, if you're messing with me, stop doing it.
Technology.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Look at my face. Look at my face. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome in, Joe. Nice to see you in. Welcome in, lovely Quinn. Nice to see you in as well. I'm gonna move this down a little bit because if it scratches my beard, it'll drive you all crazy
Natalie.
with the sound.
Hello.
Hey, Terry T, how are you? Hey, Kathy Lewis, nice to see you in as well over there on Facebook. Nice to know Facebook is working today. Some days Facebook has a little bit of a temper tantrum with us.
Exactly. Everything seems to be a-okay today.
Yes, indeed. Nat Ali, nice to see you in as well. Alicia, my dear, how are you? Nice to see you in. Lord have mercy, got a good mix of folks already popping in. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are doing, Lord, which way you want to do it? Angie, you want to do questions or just want, let's just do whatever we get. How's it when we're drawn to somebody? Which way? Is that good?
Yeah, that's good because that's kind of like a general one. I don't mind doing that.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And it's Halloween. Woohoo. Next thing you know, we are getting out of the tree and exchanging presents again. Oh, hush, Terry. Terry, please don't do that. What? Terry, you're killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. One holiday at a time, please. We still have Thanksgiving to get through. Lord have mercy.
Listen, the turkey gets no love. It goes straight Halloween to Christmas. They're already showing Christmas movies. The turkey gets no love.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not a little
Um,
bit.
Yeah, Jojo, we had the seance. We did indeed have the seance we had hoped to have. It was a little different than we anticipated, but you know what? It was still a nice seance in New Orleans. Angie was there. Angie was there, as well as a lot of other folks. And then afterwards, the very interesting thing is with this specific person who did the seance, they took us to a space above the seance room, a space beside first and then above. The beside had some artifacts with some energy. And then above, we had a space that had a whole lot of interesting things going on up there that happened in the past. And we had to go up there, and we were given some devices to feel energy and to detect things. And it was quite interesting. And then it turned into a long. We started at 7:15 ish, I think, and we were done by after. It was after 10:15, so it was a long event.
Oh, it
So and it
was. I didn't even pay attention to what time it was, because we went to eat right after.
Yeah, no, we had we I was out of there. I think it was like 10:15 because we had remember Keo and I had to stick around for our final thing. Keo and I, everybody
Oh, yeah, 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 because you did past lives. Yep, yep.
exactly. Everybody had a chance to ask whether they wanted to bring somebody in, or whether they wanted past lives, or whether they wanted maybe to know their spirit guides or communicate with spirit guides. And so I was one who chose past lives. And wow, quite a trip I went on. That was for sure. They didn't. I didn't do my. They didn't. She didn't do my past lives in the group. She after we got done, everybody left, and she then did a little thing with me and did my past lives. But it was really good. It was really good. So long weekend, and
Oh
and
my
it
gosh,
was
Quinn said the pictures are nice. Everybody had so many pictures. We did so much stuff, and as much as we were together, we all still did separate stuff. So,
yeah.
oh my gosh, guys, like it would do you good to find multiple people who went because everybody had different pictures and everybody did different things. It was fantastic. Like, oh, I ate so much good food. I had so much good gumbo. I was just so full the whole time and a little bit under the influence.
A
A
little
lot.
bit. Little-
A little bit.
oh Lord! And at the party, we definitely. For those of you who don't know, I had me and my husband both are turning 60. Me in on Saturday, this Saturday, and my husband on December 3rd. So we had a big bash in New Orleans, and it was crazy. We had some wonderful things. We had a champagne, a lady in a skirt with champagne.
That was the best idea.
Wasn't it? That was such a memorable thing to walk in and see that, I thought.
And then she took the glass and handed it to you and welcomed you to the party after you closed your mouth because you just You just
Yes.
drank the champagne as you walked into the party, and it was live and lit.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
and of course we wouldn't have had a party with me in there without having tarot reader. We had a tarot reader, we had a lip reader, somebody who has you put lipstick on, you kiss a card twice, and they read what they get from your lips and your face. Very cool. The woman had me pegged, and that was nice. I didn't get a chance to do the tarot reading because I was so busy, but I heard he was very good as well. And then we had three drag queens that come in and do a. They spread it out over the night because it was a 4 hour party, 7 to 11. So we had three drag queens that come in and split up the night that way. We had a live band, we had an intro band, we had a DJ, we had we had the Mirror Man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I took pictures with him. Me and Pam did. I posted those pictures.
Yeah, and then the glitter girl, and then we gave out gift bags when we left. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then at the end, we did the hey Pam. We had the second line, so we all walked out and walked around. And for those of you who with heels, I know you had to surrender at one point. You're like, hell, I had that heavy umbrella. I'm like, get me to the end. I'm tired already.
We walked a block with you, then we came back. Me, Pam, Brenda, and Umber, because Umber had on stiletto,
Oh yeah.
little rhinestone heels, and I had on a more chunky heel, but I was still done for the day after all that day because we bought the last hour or two. We all hit the dance floor, and so everybody had been dancing all night, and it was just, oh my gosh! And can I say I had never had bananas Foster? Is that what that was?
Yes, yes.
It was
Bananas
so
Foster.
delicious. And I was like, oh no, just give me just a little bit on my taste. I was like, oh my God, this is delicious. I should have got a big gigantic scoop. It was so good. Oh, it was the best I had ever had.
Yeah, we had gumbo, we had prime beet rib, we had turkey breast. I mean, all alligator. Oh man, we
The
had
alligator bites. I had never had that before, but now
yeah,
I can say I've had alligator.
yeah. It was crazy. It was good, and it was fun to do it. But
I
now
had
we're back.
turtle soup that just it just did me in because I just kept thinking about the little turtle and I was just like, I cannot do this.
A number of people said they're like, all I kept seeing was little turtle swimming. It's like, no, no.
Yep, I couldn't do it. But everything was delicious. The bread pudding was divine. By the time the bread pudding got to me, I was stuffed solid. And she was like, "You have to taste it." And I still ate half of it. I was so freaking full. I sat next to Miss Linda and she let me taste her shrimp and grits because I got chicken instead of shrimp and grits, and it was delicious. Oh my gosh, we had such a good time at brunch and at the dinner. I mean, everything was just amazing.
It was fun. It was fun. And we before we went into the brunch, we had drinks at what they call the seance room, which is a very metaphysically active room in the restaurant that's on the second floor. Most people don't know about it. You have to be in the know about it. And we were there. And after the brunch, I go over and say, Angie, Levita, Umber, and Levita's sister as well. You all want to come back to the room and see if we can get something. And I thought it'd be empty and there were people there. I'm like, damn, but they left. And when they left, we started taking images. And it was amazing what Levita and her sister had on their camera. Now, nobody, there's only five of us in the room. Nobody was using flash photography, zero flash photography. And Umber was recording similar to what the two sisters were doing. And as they scanned around under certain artifacts, this light came running by. You see this light ball of light come running by,
But
and
it
then on
only happened with them.
only with them, and and not with Umber. It's weird. And with Levita's sister, it came this way, came back, and then up around the side of her camera, like she had more energy. It was the craziest thing. And of course, as you know, when you see light like that, that's a lot of times a spirit. So we picked up on some crazy stuff in that room. And then we were feeling the choking. I was feeling the choking. I was feeling
The
the
cocaine.
cocaine because my nose was going crazy. And I'm like, okay, this is something like this. And come to find out during the time where the guy hung himself, he was on a drunken stupor and a coke rage and he killed himself. So
Yeah.
in the room. So it was quite crazy, but we had such an exciting, fun time. So anyway, and with that said, you guys are probably bored of hearing about it, but I can tell you, it was worth it. It was.
No, they were saying they wanted us to come back and tell us, and we have videos everywhere. Just you can find all parts of the trip everywhere. It was amazing.
It was fun. It was fun, and thank you, Angie, for coming. Thank everybody who did come. Thank you so much for coming. It turned out to be quite a memory I will never forget. It made the turning into my domestics decade, quite special. So
Jojo, I didn't think your mom was gonna come home. I thought she was just gonna come back and just come live with us. She was
I don't know
about
how
to
your
just
mom. I don't
come.
know how her mom survived my family. She stayed in the VRBO with some of my extended family, and
She
I was
told
like,
me.
I was hearing some of the drama, like, oh Lord, please, Linda, don't take that. That please don't think that's us. Well, maybe it is us, but not quite all of us. I don't know. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, anyway, with that
Yeah.
said, let's get to it. Let's see what is percolating out there with
Sam said she
folks.
can't wait to 70.
Oh Lord, I can. I gotta fill the coffers up first. I gotta buy and sell another business so I can afford another party.
It
Oh
was
my goodness.
listen, y'all. I'm telling you, Don knows how to give a party. Don knows how to entertain. It was amazing from the start to the finish. Everybody would have loved it.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. I paid her to say that, by the way. And we love Linda, by the way, too, Jojo.
Oh
And
my gosh.
everybody adored Linda. Linda is just Linda fits in everywhere, doesn't she? I mean,
Yes,
I've
she
never been. We've only had a few things, but every time Linda is with us and we're in some place, no matter who we're with, where we are, Linda just it's like she's just comfortable everywhere,
yes.
and
She's
it's
just
just like everybody
naturally
knows
who
her.
she is. And
It
whatever
is.
she feels like, that's what you get. And you don't have to worry about it. It is amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely, and of course she was around a lot of Puerto Ricans, and of course Linda, JoJo's mom, was married to JoJo's dad, who was Puerto Rican, and he had passed many years ago, and so Linda understood, so she was like right there. She got the assignment, as they say. Yeah, she got to be around all this Puerto Rican energy and all that fun group of the in the VRBO and all of the energy that comes with it. So
Mhm. Everything was amazing.
JoJo says, "Don't get her head any bigger." So
I'm
okay,
telling you, Jojo, we had a good time.
we did it. We did. JoJo, how about we start with you? By the way, why don't we start with JoJo for a reading?
Okay.
Let's see what pick up. I'm gonna do tonight for me, folks. I'm gonna do psychic energy. So you won't be getting a reading from me if you don't want a psychic read, because we had one person one time said, "Show me the card," even though I'm doing psychic. If you don't
I
want a
did
psychic
this
reading,
long reading for this lady. Details. Alicia pulled cards for her. Then she gonna say, Angie, can you still pull cards for me?
exactly. So that's my thing to you guys. If we do a reading, if you don't want me to do a psychic read, just say so. If I'm drawn to it, if I don't get energy for you, of course I won't tell you something that I don't get. But if I get something, I'll let you know. But again, if you don't want it, tell me in advance. Okay, we're good, and I will not be offended. I promise you.
I
Oh, Linda's
immediately
here. She's
hey
reeking by injection. Yes, yes,
oh
yes.
Miss Linda with the fire.
Oh my goodness.
Um, for JoJo, immediately I got an exhale, like you know that you're about to get a period, like you're about to get a little bit of a period of time where you can rest because I got to exhale like maybe the season's winding down for whatever you do for work or whatever you or maybe the kids are a little bit more settled into their routine. So I feel like you're getting like an exhale in the next couple weeks or so. Like November will be a little bit of a the word they keep giving me is respite. Like you'll just get to kind of relax and just kind of exhale for a little while and not be so busy. I feel like you've been like from 1 to 100 from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. And so when you go to bed, you're exhausted and just like, dude, I'm done. And so I feel like a little bit of a respite coming on, a little bit of fun. I don't know if you have a celebration coming up, but I see like maybe like a little drink in your hand, a little dinner or something, and you getting to have a little bit of a celebration, an adult time celebration. I don't see any children around. I don't know if this is it may be coworkers, but it seems like you're having like a drink, like an alcoholic drink, and you're just enjoying the day, just kind of getting a little bit of a breather. And so that's what I get for you regarding like your like mental health or your rest. That was the first thing that came up was an exhale. Like you really need a little bit like a day trip. Like if somebody's like, hey, let's go to blah 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 for a day, you should say yes and go ahead and take that time and relax and just enjoy it, guilt free. They told me to say guilt free because I think you feel guilty when you're away from the kids, and maybe like you should, not necessarily like you should be there, but like, you know, you're you've broken it into the routine a little bit. I also get something about, is somebody getting ready to go to like a fancy dance or something? Like one of the kids about to go to a dance. I feel like the kids are getting ready to go to some kind of celebration, and you're getting one of them all dressed up and fancy for like an address or something. Is one of the kids going to homecoming or something like that? Because that's kind of what I get, or to some kind of school dance, like it's school event, but it's a little bit more than just like going to the school. It's like they're dressed up a little bit, and you're going to have a celebration at the school or honor something at the school. But you're just really looking ready, looking to wind down. That wind down. That's kind of what I get the most. That's what I got from Miss Joanna.
Super, super. Jojo, the one thing I'm getting, um, they're really, it's like it's popping out. Is do me a favor. Make sure that you're very cautious on the road for the next week or so. I'm getting some serious energy about again about driving and about in the car, um, and it just so what it would suggest to me is that you be very cognizant while you're driving. Pay attention to the things around you more so than usual. I'm not saying you don't pay attention, so don't take it the wrong way. But what I'm saying is that what I'd strongly suggest is that you pay attention to what's going around you more so than before, because I just feel like there's I'm getting like a chance of a T-bone. So as you go through intersections, make sure that you stop for the red lights. No California stops, okay? No stop signs as well, please. No California stops. I know you live in California, but we're not doing California stops, okay? And just be cautious, because I'm really getting a strong sense of vehicle safety. So, and make sure the family is buckled up in the car. I know you do already. We're good, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I say that because I'm getting that energy. So again, it's like the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So for the next 2 weeks, if you could, I would appreciate just paying a little more attention as you're driving with what's going on around you. Um, the other thing I got is the dentist appointment. So many close calls these past few weeks. Yeah, and again, the next 2 weeks, I'm still feeling the same energy. So just be cognizant. And it's not you. It's not you. It is the people around you. There's just like this crazy chaotic energy about your car for some reason. And then I'm getting a dentist. So if you don't have a dentist appointment, you are one of the kids, something's coming in with the teeth. And so I'm getting the sense that you may wind up having a dental situation, again, between you or one of the kids, and I am not certain which it is. But it seems like I'm getting like the sense that maybe you, but I'm not sure. And it's going to be somewhere like back here. It's not these. It's here, because I'm getting like a throbbing, kind of a doom 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 doom, where it's one of those, when one of those, Angie, when you feel the pain and you kind of like feel the heartbeat in the pain. You're like, damn,
Yes.
that's what I'm
Oh
feeling.
my God.
Yeah. So take care. Make sure you get it. If it comes to you, make sure you get it taken care of, okay? Because and if it doesn't, then thank God I'm wrong. But we'll see. But again, if it's not you, but I'm getting you or the family, but it seems like it's going to be you, so be careful with that. Let's see. Now that I've given you the bad news, Lord, let me try to find some good. It's like looking in a Rolodex. Okay, it's like, give me something else. Give me something else. Oh my God. I hear first word. First word. Um, I don't think you have any youngins who would be on their first word, but I'm hearing first word. And so,
Grandbaby,
say what?
the
Oh,
grandbaby.
it could be the grandbaby. Do you have any grandbabies young enough? Again, I'm getting like, yeah, it's first word. Somebody speaking the first word, and so it must be a grandbaby, because it's again, it's the first, what it says, first word. Yeah, I'm getting first word. So don't be surprised if you don't experience it, that you hear about it, but we're getting a first word. A first word is coming. So be prepared for the news of the first word, or you may be talking when you hear the first word, and then you're like, "What? What was that?" So first word's coming up. So know that it's like right here. Um,
That's good.
yes, 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 yes. And I see roses. I see roses, and when I see roses, that tells me that someone's coming to call. Hey, creating balance. Nice to see you in. Someone's coming to call, Jojo. So apparently, you've gotten the attention of somebody, and they are looking at maybe asking you for a date or asking you out or doing some coffee or something. That's right around the corner. Make sure you take it, please, because this is good energy. This person has really good energy. You're going to want to have the coffee. Do the coffee, okay?
Go for it.
Yes, yes. Take the lid off the cookie jar too while you're there if you want. Do what you got to do. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. So there you go. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. The person is coming not this week, but next week. Next, like in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks is where that energy is. And again, it's somebody who will be asking you to coffee, asking you to something, and then that is going to turn into a little more adult time. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, absolutely. So that's what I'm getting. All right.
Well, that's all good. Listen, anytime you're giving out a man, that's all good.
Exactly. Creating balances. I got here just in time. Cynthia, you did indeed. You get a man, and you get a man, and you get a
And listen, I was just gonna say, Alicia always texts me is like, I heard you giving our husbands this week.
man. And I don't do love readings, so that's a little unusual for me.
Exactly. There you go.
Who do you have next there, Angie? Who are you drawn to?
Um, let's see. Uh,
Alicia Black says, "Alrighty now." Bow chicka wow wow for JoJo. That's what Kelly says.
I don't know. I'm not really drawn to anybody, so whoever you pick is good. Billy Joe. Um,
Okay, let's pop up.
Dallas Haynes. I've never seen that name before either, and they said I would like a
Who is
reading.
that?
Dallas Haynes, I
Sounds
think
good.
it was. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Y'all like that little thing that's kind of everybody the system created this little words the spooky kind of stuff. So do.
When I ask what is it that you hear for Dallas, I get it's time to go. Like somebody is grabbing their coat and saying it's time to go, as if we've been here long enough, it's time to go. So you've been in a state of mind or a situation long enough, and spirit is saying it's time to go. As I started to say that, the five of pentacles popped out, and the five of pentacles is feeling left out in the cold in a poverty mindset, or feeling like you're having a temporary financial hardship. The word that I want you to pay attention to is temporary. So that means that it's about over if they're saying it's time to go. But it seems like it's a decision that you need to make. It's time to go. And this is spirit saying, hey, it's time to go. It's time for you to get up. It's time for you to move on. It's time for you to get out of this state of mind and to propel yourself forward. I'm getting that you should definitely um, start to think positive is the word that I was saying. I kept wanting to say change your mindset, and they said start to think positive. Start to look at your future as things that are good to come instead of your present as things that you're missing. They want you to be grateful for the things or look forward to things to come instead of thinking about the things that you don't have. Like, say I'm going to have a meeting with this one guy. I'm like, oh my, I used to have the attitude of, oh my gosh, I'm about to have a meeting with him. He's so difficult. He's so blah, blah, blah. Let me bring my manager on. And so now I say, you know what? This is going to be a great meeting. He's going to provide all the information I need. We're going to move through this and we're going to get this task done as soon as possible. And then that gives me a better outcome to the meeting. So I tell the universe, listen, let's change this to a positive note. Let's get all our ducks in a row and make everything positive. So what they're saying is, instead of seeing the hardship in your situation, look for the future of positivity. so that you can start attracting that kind of energy towards you. I do feel like you've had a bit of a financial hardship or break. They showed me like a bone breaking, and you haven't, like, you know how you wrap the wound so that they can start to mend again. You haven't started to mend again. You're still sitting in the broken state, and they're ready for you to move forward and get out of that broken state and find some peace of mind, because it's overwhelming you mentally. They're showing me the five of wands also, and for me that's mental, that's conflict, but it's self-inflicted. Like you're kind of your own, not worst enemy, but in this situation you're dwelling on the mental you're just mentally overwhelming yourself with the thought of all the things, that all the stress and everything that you're under, and they want you to kind of move forward in positivity. So that's what I got.
Okay. Um, that was the first thing I'm picking up. I'm getting three things, actually, three different things for you. First, I'm picking up male energy. So, are you a male? Can you confirm you are a male? By the way, I put Angie's YouTube up here, and this is mine now. I'll switch them in and out from time to time. If you're on Angie's side and you want to subscribe to my side, point your camera, click, and pop over to the cam. Please make sure you hit subscribe when you go there. Same thing when Angie's pops up. If you're on my YouTube, please pop over to hers. If you're on my Facebook, pop over and create a YouTube. So therefore, you're on both sides, because we don't. Oh, Angie's on sometimes when I'm not on, and I'm on sometimes when she's not on. So you get a chance to see more folks that way. But back to the question, Dallas. Are you are you male, and are you a father?
He said male, yes, but not father. He didn't answer the
You're
question.
yeah, because I'm getting a little boy. I'm getting a little boy. Are you a dad to a little son, or is he a nephew? Because I'm getting the little man. The little man. Yes, a father, and it's a male. Correct. It's a male, right? Okay. And have you? He's young, but have you taken him hunting yet? I'm getting the sense that you're a hunter, a young son. Yes, I'm getting the sense that you're a hunter, and I'm picking up hunter energy, and I'm getting feeling like you're getting fired up about the hunting season. Um, I get the feeling you don't live in like you don't live in a major city. You don't live in that kind of energy. You live in you live out away from a major city. Um, so you live in not a hunter. Okay, first, why I'm getting hunter? Interesting, interesting. I'm getting hunter energy. So let me think about that for a while, because I'm getting deer. I'm seeing a deer. I'm seeing a deer. I'm seeing the deer being shot. Actually, interesting, interesting, interesting. Let me stew on that for a while. Okay, but the boy. So are you? But you share custody, and the child lives half time, because I don't get the energy that you're in a relationship. I'm getting the energy that this is a kid who is again is time on, time off kind of deal, between split between you and mom. um yes, kinda. Yes, kinda. Don't know what that means exactly. 50-50, yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. And it's interesting because Dallas, I'm feeling like sometimes you feel like you're sometimes I again, let me come at it this way. Let me come at it this way. When you are with him, he loves being with you, and he takes away a great experience with you. So never think that you're not getting through. You are getting through, because sometimes I feel like you feel like you're not getting through, or that he's not that you don't have enough time, or he's not, that you can't seem to find the right way to say something or whatever. And sometimes he's pissy. So I get to sometimes he's a little bit pissy with his energy. But believe me, don't take it personally. It's not you. Okay, and that's what Spirit's telling me. Don't own that. It's not you. The reality is kids are kids, and he will have his moments. But know that he loves you, and that you're his dad. You're his dad. He's proud of you. But I don't understand what the hunting is, and it's curious. Don't be surprised if this year, during this hunting season, you're gonna be invited to go for a hunt. And if you are, I would accept the opportunity to go on a hunt, because I'm getting a deer hunt. I'm getting some kind of hunt, and it's like there's something significant about you going on the hunt. I don't know if it's significant in the sense of experiencing it for a lifetime, or just to have it done, or something. But I'm feeling this compelled energy to go for you to go on a hunt. And And maybe it's just time away. Maybe that's the thing, is that it's time away and time to be around some folks who are out and away for a while. Okay, that's maybe what the energy is. I do not know, but I'm getting the sense that you will be invited to a hunt, and make sure, if you are, take the opportunity and do the hunt. It's only going to be a 2 or 3 day hunt situation. You're going to go a little distance away, and you live. And again, you live in a. Again, I think you already live in a smaller community. So it's not as though you're getting away from the city. So it's not really getting away from the city so much. Again, because I'm getting smaller town, um, and I'm getting a dichotomy. I'm getting both dry, like desert, but I'm getting water. Why am I getting the difference? What's I get the energy of a desert. I live in a desert small town. Oh well, there you go. So what's the water for then? Because I got the desert, but I don't understand the water. What's the water? Is it a body of water? Is it a? I feel like river maybe, but it could be a body of water. I don't know. Um, I live. I,
On a river.
okay, there you. Well, there you go. Well, that would explain it. Okay, Colorado River. Okay, there we go. Colorado River. Very good, very good. But in the desert community, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, if you have a chance, go, because I think you need to get away, and I think it's going to be good to be around folks and maybe that bonding experience. So if you have the chance, Dallas, take the opportunity and do that, and don't be surprised when somebody asks, and then come back and say, you know what, I was invited. Even if you say no, at least you can confirm that you're invited. That would be great. But yeah, love your kid. Your kid is, he adores his dad. Let him have his moments when he's a little bit fussy, and it's all good. But know that you are his dad, and he's very proud to have you and loves you. Okay, there you go.
I have one more thing for him. I keep getting a full plate, like you being served a full plate. Like you already feel like you have enough on your plate and you're being served another full plate, like you're being overwhelmed by the number of receipts you've been having. At first I thought it was going to be a full plate and these are your blessings, but this seems to be an overwhelming amount of things that you've been that's being piled onto you or being given to you, and they're saying all you have to do is decline. You don't have to accept all these things. You can let people know, hey, I'm at capacity. I can't take anymore. I need to say no to this, whatever it is, whether it's an opportunity or a project at work or a evening, someone invite asking you to do something for them as a family member. And what they're saying is that it's overwhelming you to the point where you're uncomfortable and you're uneasy, like you're wanting to go into hermit mode and you kind of want to step back from everybody because you feel like everybody wants a piece of you for some reason or whatever reason they want. And they're saying you're in control of that. You can decline offers or accept as many as you want. Don't feel obligated because when it's all said and done, your health is what is key. And if you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed and then you get tired out and then it's about to be that season, cold and flu season, you're just going to bring your body down. So what they're saying is give yourself some time to mentally withdraw or to mentally kind of get yourself back on track and then move forward. You don't have to take everything that everybody's offering you or asking you to do. No is a full sentence and you don't have to give a reason why. No, I don't want to, and just don't do it. So you are overwhelmed, but they're saying that's at your choice. It's your opportunity to say no, you don't want to do whatever it is, or yes, you do, or and that's how they're giving it to me. They were showing me the slow decline, like it starts mentally and then it starts to affect you physically, and that's why I said it's about to be that cold and flu season, and it's going to bring you down. Like, and next thing you know, you're sick, and then who helps out? Who's going to be that person that's going to pick up the slack from you being sick? And so they're saying is keeping your mind, body, spirit, together, and keeping yourself healthy so you can be the parent for your son, um and just being able to say no. This is a lesson in being able to say no, because I feel like you're a very cooperative person, or you're a very helpful person, and they're saying you have to learn how to say no. You have to know when you're to your capacity and you can't do whatever it is, and people will understand, and if they don't, then to hell with it, because none of them are going to pay your doctor's bills when you're sick or when you have to go to the hospital. So this is just a lesson in you setting boundaries, saying no, and keeping yourself healthy for the season that is to come. Because I feel like you are very much overwhelmed. because I'm getting like anxious and my heart is speeding up and it's just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to answer the phone. What does this person want? Like everybody wants a little piece of you. And each time you're being served a full plate and you're like, no, I don't want any more. I can't handle anymore. And so it's just you being able to operate and say no. So that's what I got also.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Thanks for Dallas for stopping. I love that name, Dallas Haynes. It sounds like a country singer. It sounds like a perfect. I mean, really, what a wonderful name for a movie
Yes,
star or a country singer,
sir.
Dallas Haynes. Wonderful. Hey, and just for myself and for Tina Shelton, whose birthday is tomorrow, and for everybody else who has a birthday this week or next, this
She
is
was on
for
here
you.
too.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Alrighty then. And if Tina's still here, Tina, if you are here, let us know and we're going to do a reading for you because it's your birthday. Today is your
Uh,
birthday. Do, 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 do.
Really quickly, I got an image for Billy Joe. She's
Uh-huh.
Billy Joe is a lady, I'm correct. And I got very frustrated guys. Like they're kind of exhaling, like, and I know what that looks like because my guys look like that often. And so what it is they're frustrated. You're receiving more and more and more information, but they want to know how you're applying the information. I had a phone call with somebody I was doing a reading on, and and what they were saying was, okay, this if this is a cycle, because life is a cycle and highs and lows. If this is something that you've experienced before, how are you handling it different based on the experience and the knowledge that you've learned, that it doesn't turn out the same way that it did before? I'll give you an example. When I went to Florida, I had the big issue with the plane and being delayed and having to pay all this extra money to get home. I had like an emotional breakdown. Like I was like overwhelmed at the airport, crying and just having a frustrating time. So when I got to go to New Orleans, the same thing happened. As soon as I pulled up at the airport, they canceled my initial flight that would have gotten me to my first um, um, would have gotten me to Vegas, and then Vegas would have gotten me to New Orleans. So I immediately went and got in line. Got in line. The whole time in line, I could hear this song playing in my head. It was Marvin Sapp, I believe. So I turned that on and I just let that play in my ear. And then I started repeating our I believe in infinite abundance. All my wants and needs are met, and I just had a positive outlook. And I just stood there, I just kind of bopped in line while I waited for the guy. He called me to the desk. I was just like, yes, sir. Smiled the whole time, yes, sir, knowing that everything was going to work out. Telling my people, you know what, this is all going to work out. I don't have any problem. They're going to get me where I need to be. He came over, got me on another airline, got me a food voucher, got me where I needed to be, and I got to my destination in better time than my original flight would have gotten me there. So it was me learning how to process an emotional situation or even a unexpected situation differently than before. First time, mental breakdown, emotional breakdown, um, overwhelmed. This time, called on a positive energy, the positive affirmations turned out totally different. Everything worked out in my favor, but it was in me controlling the situation and knowing how to control the storm. So they're saying, are you learning from the lessons that they're teaching you, or are you just asking for more information and just getting more situations where you're failing to recognize the change that you said you've made? Like, oh, I get it. I learned my lesson, blah, blah, blah. And then when the opportunity is presented, you fall right back into that same thing. So they're saying, are you growing in your spirituality, in your decision making, in your ability to decipher and understand a situation and make choices? Are you really learning and growing, or are you just repeating the same cycle over and over again? And they kind of give it to me like the boy who cried wolf. You're asking for help, they're sending help. You're asking for help, they're sending help, but you're not getting the reason as to why you're getting into these situations, or how to better understand and get yourself out of the situation. And so it's them being frustrated with you, not really getting it, saying it. And then when they test you on it, you go right back to the same habits, you go right back to the same sadness, or you go right back to the same reaction, and you're not growing in your approach to your decision making, is how they're presenting it to me.
Super. And the other thing I get for you, Billy, the one thing that comes to me is I just get you you you're giving into the same behavior. You gotta, your daughter has put her, she has she has determined her path, and she is walking her path. And as much as you would hope, love, and whatever, that it would be different, it's her path. And you have got at one point to stop and say that's on her. You have a lot of guilt. You carry a lot of guilt with you about the daughter and about some other things in your life, and you know what I'm talking about. And you let those things that make you feel the guilt, the things that hold you back a little bit, you carry that with you, and then your family, your daughter uses that as a wedge issue, a trump card, and they throw that back. And then you also, in your own thinking, bring that up in your head and say, because I have to forgive her, because no, you don't. No, you don't. The reality is, it's been 10 years. And you know what I'm talking about. 10 years. She's an adult. She's making her choices. At one point, mom, you need to say, you know what? I got to let go, let God. This is no longer your issue. And you can no longer own it. You can no longer take responsibility. Let go, let God. This is a path that she chose. This is a path where she had options to take a different direction. She chose not to. You can no longer own this. You should no longer own this. And you need to move on with you and your mental health, and your mental stability, and your ability to rise above and keep rising. Okay. Be the phoenix. Continue to be the phoenix. Don't be the quail. I mean, the quail, Lord have mercy, they're a mess. Don't be that. Don't be the victim. Be the phoenix. Rise above. Burn off the coat. Make a new one. Okay. So
I
so that's,
also get like, because you said she had opportunities to make different choices. She still has opportunities to
she
make
does.
different choices. As long as she's alive, she has opportunities to make different choices. And if she doesn't, that's on her. But again, they're also reminding me of a situation where I thought I was being a helper to somebody. They kept getting into issues, and I kept helping them out. And my guys told me that you're interrupting their lesson. This is a lesson we're trying to teach them, and you're breaking in and you're interrupting their lesson. Every
Yep.
time you rescue them, they don't get to fall. They don't get
That's
to
right.
find their rock bottom. They don't get to understand the hardship because you're there. Allow them to experience, to learn their lessons. So you're kind of breaking up their growth. You're kind of breaking up their whatever it is that their higher power is teaching them, because it's not your journey to take. You're on your journey, and they're already frustrated with you because that's how they came in with me. She's not getting the lesson. She's not getting it. She's saying she's
Exactly.
getting it, but her actions show she's not getting. Well, the same thing. You're not allowing your daughter to get her lessons and her breaks in life because you keep coming in and being that fallback plan every single time and rescuing, but it's tearing you down mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And what happens when you're not there? God forbid you're not there. How does she have to pick up the pieces without you, because you worn yourself out to the point where you're no longer here and capable of helping her? And so allow her to learn her lessons while you can gently watch from the sides and not interfere. And then when you're prompted by your higher power to move forward, you can do it. The problem is you jump in immediately and try to rescue her, and you're not the savior. You're not the person who designed everybody in the universe. So what your best thing is, you can offer prayer, you can offer a listening ear, but you can't always offer actions and services and money to help this person out, because you're making them miss their lesson. We're all on a journey, and you've decided that you're going to take on her journey as your journey, and that's not how it is. It's messing up your journey. It's an extra weight that you don't have to carry, but it's also altering her journey where she never gets to the solution that she needs to find. And then you're wondering why, because you keep stepping in. Allow her to go through this on her own, and allow her higher power to take her where she needs to be, and to help her to find her recovery. You can't recover for her. You can't make her strong enough to decide. This is something that she has to do, and allow her to do it. So that's
Yeah.
it.
No, exactly, exactly. And as Linda said, let them deal with the struggle. It's part of their learning lessons. And for every time, I mean, Lord knows I'm a parent and you want to help. You can't help but want to help. But but at one point you have to say, I can't go down with you. And
Yeah.
that's the real that's the truth. At one point you say, I can't go down with you. If you are drowning, you can throw them a lifeline, or you can just merely help go swim to them and try to lift them out of the water. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to pull you down with them. Throw her the lifeline of saying, I'm there, whatever, but do not, just let her know you love her, let her know you care for her, but let her know that you can do nothing for her to alter her course. It's she who has to do that. And she's been through this a little bit. And again, she knows how to play the guilt card. Please don't allow that to happen. Do not go down with her, because every time you start getting in a good mood, every time things start turning for you, every time you start using your affirmations, then she comes back and she pulls you back down. She's a vampire. She's an energy vampire that way. And you can't allow that to happen, because again, you've got to take care of you. Your psychological health has been beaten for 10 years. It's time to move
And
on.
she said, I do tell her that I'd say I can't go down that path with you, and then they show you walking the path with her. You're
Yep.
saying
Yep.
it, but you're not doing it. That's why your guides are frustrated with you. You're saying I'm ready, you're saying I'm learning, but you're still walking the path with her. Your
Yep.
actions are not. Listen, you do know your higher power can see and knows the difference between what you're saying and what you're doing. You're saying to them, you're giving them lip service, so you're basically lying to their face, and then you're doing something else.
Yes.
If you're telling your higher power, I got it, I learned the lesson, just help me out of this, just help me to move forward to this. You're praying all these strong and bolsterous prayers, then you get the relief that you want. And then the cycle starts all over again, because you're not actually doing what you're saying you're doing. You're
Yep.
saying I'm healed, I'm ready, I'm moving on, I'm learning, but you're not showing in your actions that you're doing that, because like my actions showed a different outcome, showed a different approach that I took to it. And because I took a different approach, this is what the outcome is. I
Hmm.
called in what I wanted and received it that way. And so what they're saying is, you're saying this, but you're doing something totally different.
Yeah, and true me, you are correct. It is so true, and it is easier said than done. And yes, it's good advice. It's great advice, as you said. You used the word great. But again, at one point,
We're
and
going to
that's
be
the key.
honest. We're not going to be give you a pity party. We're going to be honest. And yes,
Exactly.
like you did, like Don was saying, you said it is easier said than done, but at some point, who's going to take the acknowledgement? And right now, when your guides are frustrated, when they appear frustrated, they're ready to step back from you. So now you're hurting your spiritual growth, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So you can say you can keep complaining about it, or you can actually take action and allow your guides to help you, or you can allow them to step back, and now you're falling, she's falling. And what happens when you're both on the ground and there's nobody to pick either of you up?
Exactly. Because Billy Joe, I believe you've gotten pulled off your path, and you got to get back to your path. And that's the hermit card. The image I got was the hermit card. And once you do get back, you've got to get back to your path. And that's where you're healthiest. That's where you are at most at one with your heart, mind, and soul. And that's where you need to go back to. So again, this time we need to be a bear mama, not and not a helicopter mama. We need to let them face the wild on their own for a while, and make sure that just say, I love you, but I love you enough to not take care of you anymore. And don't own the guilt. That's the thing. Just again, don't own the guilt. Linda says you have to get off the merry-go-round or nothing will change. Absolutely, absolutely. So I wish you well, Billy
Exactly.
Joe. I know you can do this. Again, it's like you said, tough love, but it's time for it, and you have got to get back to your path. You've taken enough time and enough energy from that, so get back to that. Okay. And then, with that said, we were going to we are going to do somebody else, and then Billy came in, energy wise. Who was the other person that we were? Somebody's birthday,
Tina
remember?
Shelton, if it was her birthday. Tina
Oh,
Shelton.
Tina. Yeah. Okay. Tina, what you got for Tina? Do you get any good energy there? Tina, you're still here, correct?
I wasn't sure she came back.
Yeah, she's here.
Oh yes, she says me. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I heard go with the flow. Like you're a little bit too wound up inside. You're too tightly wound and wanting to be involved in every aspect of the decision making. Like, oh, okay, I need to make sure this happens and this happens and this happens, and you're overwhelming yourself with the amount. Like you're winding yourself up too tight, and they're saying, okay, they're saying that you kind of need to relax and go with the flow and stop being so caught up in every single detail of everything. It's kind of like, okay, you have a project that is due, you have a team of people. I want you to worry about the finances, I want you to worry about the advertising, and I want you to worry about getting the start done. But instead of you allowing each person to do the thing that they're capable of doing, you're so wound up tightly that you're checking to see, did you do it this way? And if it's not done your way, then it's not done right. Hey, Affirm. Hey, somebody else came in. My friend Kim, she was on here. Hey, Patricia V. A lot of new people came in, and sorry we didn't acknowledge you, but hello to everybody who just came in or who've been in the chat for a while. But they're saying you need to just kind of allow things to happen naturally and not try to force things. I feel like you've been given this insight, or you've been given a reading, or you've been given some information about things that are come to the future, and instead of you allowing the natural flow of the universe to bring it to you, you're deciding this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen in my own efforts than allowing the universe to do it. One of the things I've been saying is I told my guys I want my loans paid in full at the end of the year. I didn't tell them how. I didn't say I wanted to pay them in full. I didn't say that I wanted them to be whatever. I didn't give them any kind of clue as to what it was. I just told them I wanted it done. And then the next day I found out information about some loans that I could get forgiveness on and things like that. So I just put out there what I want, and then I allowed it to happen. I didn't then go and be like, okay, well, let me go and start paying extra money on this, and let me start doing this. If you're going to ask your higher power for advice, you're going to receive the advice, then you have to allow them to do it and not keep trying to pull the strings, because the strings that you're pulling are not necessarily it's really just you spinning on a wheel. You are necessarily giving yourself more work. And so you're working harder, not smarter. And they're saying, do you want us to do it, or do you just want us to stand back and you do it on your own? Like we can take our hands off of it. They show me the Six of Swords, which is them trying to get you from a chaotic state to a calmer state, but you give resistance to the boat. It's like you have your oars stuck in the ground and you're like, no, I don't want to go this route. I know a better route. Let's go this way. And they're saying there's lessons you need to pick up this way. There's resources you need to pick up this way. There's a shorter route this way, or there's more information this way, but you wanted to go your way. And so you're messing with divine timing and divine order. Like they've decided it needs to go this way, but you're putting your oars down in the boat and you're not letting it go forward because it's not the direction that you want to go, or it doesn't look like what you wanted to do. And so you're basically halting your progress, halting your blessing. And I keep hearing, do you want us to do it, or do you want to do it? Do you want to find this tranquility? Do you want to move on to calmer waters? Do you want to let go of this mental prison that you're putting yourself into, or do you want to continue to fight with it on your in your own physical realm, than letting your higher power do it? That's one of our problems, and I do know that that is easier said than done. And so I've learned to ask my higher power, how do I wait productively? What is my next step? How do I get show me, give me a reason to believe that whatever you're saying is still going to happen. Like maybe you've told me that I am going to have debt cancellation, or I am going to get rid of my debt. Give me a reason to believe that that's happening. Show me some behind the scenes stuff. Give me something in my dreams. I've been told by a couple readers in here, including Miss Bonnie, who's in the in the comments, that my dreams are a little bit more prophetic. My dreams are, very, very are giving me a lot more information. And literally, some of my dreams, I'll wake up and then it'll happen, or it'll be just that, that information that I needed, or that I went to sleep asking for. And so they're saying, who's where are you going to fall on this? in your own physical realm and struggle, or are you going to spiritually let them do it and handle it for you? Because you can see, keep fighting, but you're basically just fighting the wind. You're creating a struggle that doesn't have to be there when you could ask more questions of your higher power and do something else that helps you. So when I got tired of saying win, 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 like they would tell me something was happening, I would say, well, how do I wait productively? And then they would give me other options. And I wouldn't even think about what it was that I had been concerned with. And lo and behold, boom, here it comes right into my plate because I allowed the universe to do it and I stopped trying to step in and I stopped mentally causing myself all of this turmoil and winding myself up. So they just see you being tighter and tighter and tighter. And it is going to cause physical problems if you don't allow yourself to kind of relax and enjoy that and let your higher power move forward. All right. So that's what I got.
Super.
And no, Patricia V, there is not a list. We're just getting people who we feel drawn to. She says, yes, I need to let go of control.
Well, the only thing that I didn't hear what Angie said, but the only thing that I was getting for you, from you, or about you was get off the hamster wheel. Get off the hamster wheel. Because I felt like you're just on the same SSDD, as they say, same crap, different day. But crap isn't the word. So it's like you just got to change it up. You got to change it up. So that's what I would suggest to you strongly. The message of spirit is sending me is it's time to do something different, to change up things, because what you're doing ain't working. To do that, and again, what I'm telling you. I don't need to tell you more. You've got this. But I wanted to bring that to your attention. That's the one thing that was got stuck. Yes,
And
exactly.
that's pretty much exactly what I was saying, Don. Is
Mhm.
like, you're causing yourself a whole bunch of extra exertion that you don't need to, like a whole bunch of overwhelming pain that you don't need to do.
Exactly. Yep. So there you go. If you are in the Phoenix metro area this coming Saturday, the day of my birthday, we are having a psychic fair. We are having a psychic fair on that day, and we would over at Missy's Mysteries. So we invite you to pop over. It'll be from 11 till 5. And come on over, say hello to Susan and Julie and myself. We're going to be doing some readings and chatting with people and doing what we do and love to do, and that socializing as well. So if you're in the area, please stop on over and visit with us. And you don't even have to get a reading. Just come in and say hello, hello.
It is good. I like it because it's not as overwhelming as a full um psychic fair. And I feel like the people that are coming in there are really drawn to you. Like the one that I did with you guys last was it in September?
Yes. Hmm.
Oh my
Or
gosh,
was it
we're
October? I
already
don't
in
know.
almost in November.
Yeah.
I don't know. Time is just flowing through. Um, I like the atmosphere, how toned down it was. And all those people kept saying, I was just drawn to this shop. I was just drawn to you. So they were drawn in specifically for a reading. And I like that. Whereas sometimes when you're at a big, big psychic fair, it's kind of just like, people are just there for different things and they just kind of sort of happen to stop by or whatever. I really did enjoy um, the smaller venue.
And there's our flyer. We decided to use the Halloween kind of concept, so spooktacular. Again,
I love it.
11 to 5, Missy's Mysteries. Come over and check us out. Visit with us. Say hello. Even if you don't get something or don't get a reading, just come say hello and just let us know you're there. That's all you need to do. We'd appreciate it. Who else we got there? Oh, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that.
There was somebody who asked about their sources of income that I wanted to get.
Oh, I saw that. It was a little bit ago. Let me look here. Because which one was the best choice or
Is it
something?
Anara Divine? Anara, are you here? Can I ask which one of my money making opportunities should I focus on for money? Um, and I immediately heard Spirit say, what do you like to do? Like what you're only gonna commit to the one that you have the most passion for. There's a lot of things that I could do. I used to do hair. I could braid hair. I could cook. I could teach. I could do personal readings. There's a lot of things that I could do. What is it that I like to do or will give me the most joy? If I wake up every single morning and had to do that, what is it that I would like to do? That's the opportunity you should concentrate on, because that's the opportunity that you're going to give your 100% to. One may make more money, but what do you enjoy more? Yeah, I can make hella money braiding hair, but for one, my hands physically aren't going to allow me to do it anymore because they'll lock up on me. And so I can't do that anymore. So although it's a lucrative opportunity, it's one that I have to say no to. And then teaching, I love to do. I could do that every single day. We do that on Tuesdays. We do this online. And so that's an opportunity that, so what is it that you want to focus on? It's like you're laying down your power and asking spirit to just tell you what to do. And they're saying, what is it that you like to do? What gives you the most joy when you think about doing it? Which one is not even what's the least amount of startup cost, or which one is going to be the least amount of time? Which one do you love doing? I was watching this movie and there was this lady who wanted to be a writer, and she asked Whoopi Goldberg about how to become a writer. And she said, if there's nothing else that you think about every single day except for writing, then write, because that's where your passion is. And so not until you have a connection to your passion and creativity will you enjoy what you're doing. And so if you don't enjoy it, then you're not going to be committed to it. And it doesn't matter which one we tell you to do or which one spirit tells you to do. What is it that you want to do? What is pulling you forward in your money making situation that'll help you to stay committed to it? It's not about what spirit thinks you should do. What is it that you enjoy doing? And then they'll help facilitate that for you. You want them to choose, and then if it doesn't work out, or however it goes, you could be like, well, I asked spirit and this is what I was told. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy They're saying you have the power to make this decision. What is it that you like doing? And I do see two opportunities, and one does have a little bit more weight than the other one. So which one do you like doing the most? So that's what I got.
For um, for this situation, the most important thing that I'm getting is think outside the box. Think outside the box. You have your head set on something because it's something that you feel comfortable with. It's something that you feel that is safe. And I'm told don't be safe. Don't be safe, because the safe is not, you won't be as productive. I get the feeling like you're not going to be productive if you go safe, because if you go safe, you're going to, again, just you'll be fine, but you're going to skate, and it's not, you're never going to get the next level. You need to follow the passion. You need to follow the path that again is not safe. It's something that, again, you need to learn more about, know more about. You must embrace it completely, and it's going to have to totally envelop you. You need to totally let it envelop you and then drive it, because, again, that fear of failure, that learning process, that growing process is what is going to make you more successful. I just get the feeling, if you take the safe route, if you take the safer route is just telling you that you're going to be okay, but I just don't see extraordinary. I don't see breaking any boundaries, and I don't see it being extremely um, rewarding financially, as is the one that pushes you harder, that requires more of you, because, again, it takes more of that commitment. So take the opportunity that is um, least um, least fits the box. I'll put it that way. That is, it is a little more frustrating, a little more time consuming, a little more needs a lot of attention, needs a lot of your mind, your heart, your soul, and throw yourself into it. Okay, don't take the safe route. I
They're also saying stop laying down your power. Stop allowing somebody else to make decisions for you. This is your life. How do you want your journey to look? Call in what you want. That is the one thing that my guides have been working on me with. What do you want, and how do you want that to happen? Let us know, and we'll do the stuff on the back end, but tell us what you want. Listen, they don't have no problem with me telling them what I need to tell them. I tell them, listen, this is what I want. And they like, we got it, Angie. We got 14 lists of what you want. We know what you want.
It's true though. Angie is very specific with her guides. She tells them and they have, sometimes they push back, sometimes she pushes back, but you have to do that. If your guides are you this is the thing is you some let's not get it twisted, folks. Let's not get it twisted. The guides come into here to help you. That's their function. Their function is to come in here and help you. And so if you, hey Julie, nice to see you. If you are if you twist the dynamic and think the guides are controlling you, that they will lead you, no, they don't. What they do is they advise you, they give you some direction, they give you some concepts and things like that, but it's not their job to lead you. You know your path. You have an understanding of where your path should be. However, you have free will, and you can take yourself off that path anytime you want and get yourself back on anytime you want. But if you twist it and think, okay, I've got to be subservient to my guides because everything they say and do for me, I must do. You are sadly mistaken, because that is not the
Yeah,
way it
yeah,
works.
yeah,
They are
yeah.
advisors.
Because then you're just a puppet. You're
Exactly.
not, you don't have any free will. What's the
Exactly.
purpose of giving you free will if you're going to submit all of your power to somebody else and allow them to make all their decisions?
Yep.
They might as well just put a empty vessel out here with a string on it and just let that
Yeah.
happen.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, another, like when I say I'm specific. Oh, Don, remember I kept saying I want to go to Denver and I want to go to San Francisco. I already told you the Denver trip
Hmm.
is planned. Lo and behold, somebody just came and they like to plan trips, and now we're going to Denver. Found out that one of our members that was at the event with us lives near San Francisco, and so I'm planning a trip, or we're talking about a trip to come see her, and then there's my San Francisco trip. Like everything that I'm asking for, the universe is like, oh, here you are right there. You said that's what you want. I didn't put any parameters on it. I didn't say how I wanted to go. I didn't say when I want to go. Just that I wanted to go. And they're like, oh, here you go right there. Boop, let me drop that in your lap. Boop, let me drop that in your lap. Because I stopped controlling how it had to happen and just start putting out there what I wanted. And they're like, oh, definitely, I can do that. I can do that. And before you know it, I'm like, dang, everything I'm asking for is just falling into place in a not in a way that I'm allowing the universe to do it. And so sometime our lesson is just let the universe handle it, but tell them what you want.
Yep. Clearly, clearly tell them what you want. Don't give it muddled, because if you give it muddled, it might come back muddled, and then you get pissy.
What you say down, I want to win the lottery. Okay, then you win $5. I want to win $1 million in the lottery. You
Exactly.
got to be a little bit more specific.
Yep.
You can say I want to raise. You can get like $100 raise because they give you 30 cents, and so it overall equals maybe a couple $1,000. You have to be specific. I want a $10,000 raise. I need a $25,000 raise.
Hmm.
You don't. It's not about you figuring out whether you're worth that or how you're gonna get it. I need 25, I need more, I need 25 more $1,000 on my salary, or I need a raise, or I just need 25,000. However it is that you speak it, allow them to have it. It could be a bonus, it could be a raise, it could be an inheritance, it could be you getting it, but be specific about what you want and then allow the universe to do it. I used to hear that all the time. I used to be like, it's not that easy, because they would just be like, tell the universe what you want and then let it go. And I used to be like, it's not that easy. It's easier said than done. When I finally understood how to do that, things started to blossom.
Hmm. And remember, folks, a lot of this, what Angie's talking about, it starts with neuroplasticity. And the meaning of neuroplasticity is the plasticness of the mind, the elasticity of the mind to change the way in which the paradigm has been set in your mind and how you deal with the universe, how you deal with things. The neuroplasticity says you have the ability, the elasticity inside your brain has the ability to change your thinking. If you're somebody who instantly goes to the negative, you're somebody who instantly goes to, oh, woe is me, I can't, you won't. You never will, because you can't get
Or
beyond that
how?
can't.
How can I?
Exactly,
That's a big,
exactly.
yeah.
And I'll give you an example. Again, when we have something happen, do we see an obstacle or do we see an opportunity? Both things can be reality at the same time. That's the first key to remember. You can have an obstacle and yet still see it as an opportunity. And by looking at the positive side, you create positive energy around you, and then you then get positive energy back to you, which then turns it into not a negative thing, but as a positive thing and as a learning lesson, as whatever. Example, I always throw this out there. You're driving down the road, you have a blowout, you slow the car down, you pull over, and you're safely on the side, and now you have to change the tire. Damn, I had a blowout. I'm going to be late. I can't believe this always happens to me. Obstacle. Opportunity. Thank God the blowout was not crazy and it allowed me to slow down, get over safely, and no one was injured. And now I'll replace it. I don't like replacing a tire, paying for the whatever, but thank God I am alive and well. The difference in those two statements send out such a different kind of energy. And this is in the book I'm writing, and it talks about this heavy about neuroplasticity. And by the time I'm done with this, you're going to be tired of hearing about it. But I'm telling you, you have to
It's the
rewire your
truth,
brain.
John. Listen, it's the truth. And I tell people it took us years to get into this mindset. Allow yourself some months to get out of it and some deprogramming and reprogramming of your mindset.
Absolutely. And when you do, I promise you, and I mean, I really do promise you that when you do that mind shift, you have then shifted your environment around you. And in so doing, the universe experiences that and it sends it back. If you stay, and again, goes back to some folks who come on here, oh my gosh, I can't, I never will, whatever. And I strongly suggest you hearing my voice and taking my information to heart and know that if you start addressing, if you get up early in the morning, you get up in the morning, you get showered, oh, damn, like just another bad morning. I can't, I just don't, I hate Monday mornings. I don't want to go to work. You get in your car, you're pissy and you're whatever. And then you get to work. Guess what happens?
You
Everybody
feel
is kind of
foggy on
pissy
your
toward
shirt.
you. Yep.
Yep, yep.
And then the opposite, you get in there, you get in the car, even the people, as you are in a positive mood and as you walk in, even the people that are in a negative mood kind of either mute their negative mood or change their mood because you are affecting your environment, because you are putting out there that positive energy. But if you set negative out there, guess what? I guarantee, guess what comes back to you? The negative. So again, let's work on that. Always work on that. I promise you, I truly promise you that if you can do this for 2 to 3 weeks, you will be amazed at the switch that your life did. Your life will flip and you will say, damn, I had the power all the time. Dorothy, you have the damn red shoes. You got the red shoes. I just gave them to you. I just gave you the keys to the castle. I
That's
gave you your red
exactly what
shoes.
I was going to say, Don, is I had to take a different approach instead of it being like, because people be like, it could always be worse. I used to be like, but it could be better. Instead of taking that attitude, I saw it as me shifting the situation, me having the power to shift it. And when you're a control person and you like to change everything, if my positive attitude controls the situation enough to shift it, then look at the magic that I have. Look at the ability that I have to control the situation. I talk about the difficult person that I have to deal with at work all the time. I did not, it's not that I don't have to deal with him anymore. The Lord didn't just pluck him out of my life and tell me I don't have to deal with him. My approach to how I deal with him is different. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I got a meeting with John today. Oh, he's so difficult. He's just this. Instead of attracting that and coming in with a negative mindset, I tell my higher power, this is going to be a great meeting. I'm going to get all the information I need. Everything's going to be positive. We're going to move this forward. Lo and behold, he comes to the, oh, I got the document you need. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that. And it's just like, whoa, I changed the atmosphere of the situation. I called that in. I controlled that. I stirred the pot into a positive direction. So if you want to say, or you're a control person like I am, it's just you taking that control and saying, I am the person who changed that with the mindset that I thought. Instead of feeding into the negativity, I changed it and made it a positive situation. And going forward, that's how I'm going to think. And so it is that neural, elasticity that Don was talking about, just changing all of your mental capacities and allowing, using your power for good, basically.
Exactly.
Basically.
And Pamela just repeated my affirmation right there. I believe in infinite abundance. My wants and needs are always met. I tell you folks, if you say this at least one time a day, try to say it the same time every day. Say it when you mean it when you say it, and then you open that universe portal, by doing that positively, don't be surprised if after, again, a week or two of saying this, that things start turning around. And because that is such a powerful affirmation. I created that affirmation a long time ago. I've said it over and over again. I've used it myself, and it's gotten me out of. I use it as a mantra from time to time, and I hate to use anything as a mantra because mantras tend to make them. I don't want them to sound trivial, but I can tell you that
Understand?
it is
You'll
rolling
be
in.
repeating that over and over and over and over and over and over and
Yep.
over again until the energy changes.
Absolutely. Yep. And you'll feel the shift. You will feel the shift of the energy. And then one more thing, folks, and not to belay the point, but again, the one other thing that comes with this is thankfulness. Thankfulness. Make sure that when the shift comes, make sure that when you start getting the good, make sure that you're always thank spirit, thank the universe, thank God, thank your deity, thank whoever you want to. But make sure you give thanks, because giving thanks costs you little to nothing. It costs you zero. But I assure you that giving thanks to the universe, giving thanks to your deity, giving thanks to whomever that you need to give thanks to,
Listen,
that comes back to
I
you
have
in
to
ways
say
you
that I'm
cannot know.
guilty on that right too, Don, because I used to be one of those people who would be like, I already said I'm thankful. I am grateful. My higher power knows that I'm thankful. I don't have to keep saying it, blah, blah, blah. It diminishes it. Listen, once you get into that mindset, you are grateful. It's a natural gratefulness that you start to experience, and you just speak it before you even know it. I'm grateful that I was able to get on a new flight. I'm grateful that for the opportunity to make more money. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for the lesson that I learned from this situation. And it's just a natural gratefulness that comes through. And then it just heaps on more and more and more positivity. But you have to control the narrative. Like Terry T was like, give me some information on how to deal with this rumor at work. You just are grateful. I am grateful that so many people know me and that so many people are speaking so many positive things about me. I am grateful that so many people are concerned with my well-being and really want me to excel. So it doesn't matter what they're actually saying. You're changing the narrative. And so now when somebody comes to another coworker and says something bad about you, that other person refutes it. Oh no, that's not Terry T. He's a great person. He's very knowledgeable in his job, because you changed the narrative. Yeah, they're talking rumors, but because you changed the narrative, now there's people defending you and the narrative is changed.
Exactly.
So instead of saying, how do I deal with the rumors? You just start saying, I'm grateful that everything worked out. All the information that they were putting out there led to my promotion. All the things that they were saying to me led to more people knowing who I was and about my abilities and about my skills. And lo and behold, now I have a promotion, and now I'm ahead of those people. Like I said, they don't remove those people from your, the universe isn't always going to remove those people from your atmosphere, but based on how you decide you want to move forward with it, they'll give you the power to change the situation. And
Absolutely.
so instead of you saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe all these people are saying stuff about me. I gave this information and confidence. Thank you for the lesson in trust. Thank you for identifying who I can and can reveal my intimate thoughts and secrets to. Thank you for allowing me to move forward in positivity and to take this opportunity as a lesson to be more mindful of who I share my personal information with. Thank you for allowing me to gain new friends in this situation because they became my allies in defending me. Change it to the positive.
Absolutely.
And then that way you don't have to worry about how the rumors are, because now you've changed the narrative, and now the words that are being spoken
Mhm.
are positive about you. Change the narrative.
Exactly.
You have to do. So my advice to you, Terry, change the narrative.
Yep.
However you need to do it, change the
Live
narrative.
your truth, live your power, and when you do that, you're good. And it's interesting because obstacle or opportunity. I had a video that I was wanting to show, and I was so happy to show the little video. And I'm like, I wonder if I'm going to. So somebody, Miss Brittany Spears, gave me an opportunity. She had such a wonderful idea to come into my damn readings and your readings, and actually reply to me asking to give me a reading. So Miss Brittany, I got a little something for you. And it's my opportunity to play my new video because y'all know I love my videos. Here we go.
You're a paper airplane and I'm a 747. Don't you ever think you're anything like me just because you can fly a little.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, Don. Oh my gosh, a perfect opportunity to introduce your credentials. Hold on. Hold on. Let me tell you where I come from. Let me tell you where I stand and where you're trying to get to. I love it. Oh my gosh,
Exactly.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now you always
Mhm.
find the best
Yes.
stuff.
And
Always the best
yes, and Miss Brittany's, if you didn't get the point with that one, this one will make it come home even clearer.
To your resume is equivalent to mine. Hush.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. You don't see me beeping in on your platform trying to scam people. You're beeping in on me, which means I'm established and you're trying to get where I'm trying to be.
Exactly. And that's why I did not boot them yet because I needed to have that opportunity. I'm like, yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
It's all about changing the narrative.
exactly.
Changing the narrative. I love it. I oh my gosh, Don. I feel like we're giving out such good nuggets of information, and I want to know if everybody's actually receiving it in that. And when I say that I was such a negative Nancy, such a oh it could have been better type person, oh I'm tired of giving gratitude. I know about the gratitude journal. I'm thankful for my higher power. That was me. I'm telling you, that was me so tough. I had to learn to change the narrative, but they had to show me incrementally these things happening. And now I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't stop talking about it. And we all have highs and lows, but in those highs and lows that they give me, I learn how to deal with them differently. And that's what they're trying to say. You say you're learning your affirmations, you say you're learning your gratitude. Let me give you an opportunity to demonstrate it. So don't take your woes as always negative. Sometime your higher power wants to know, okay, she did master that. So let's take her on and fix something else. Let's take her to the next level because she's ready. Or is she going to keep? This is where she usually reacts. Is she going to ascend to a higher level of reaction, or is she going to pull herself right back down? Okay, she pulled herself back down. She's not ready. Let's do this again. And
Mhm.
so you stay in that same cycle of negativity over and over instead of going to the next higher level. And you think, oh, well, I keep getting the same problems, but did you react to it differently?
Mhm.
Did you change the narrative? Did you take your power back?
Yeah. And I would tell you,
That's what
this is the folks closest to me know this situation completely inside and out. But I was in quite despair. And I was in a very bad place, in a very frustrated place, thinking that there was no resolution that saw me in any way coming through my obstacle without some serious repercussions and damage. And I really couldn't. And anytime somebody told me, "Oh no, I see this," and I'm like, "You're smoking crack." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah." Now, so and over and over, and then I kept talking to spirit, and I kept talking and doing and reading and understanding and learning, and that's when I triggered over the energy. And again, for those of you who, and again, I'm just telling you this so you know where I'm coming from. I was at one time I was in the engineering field. Then I became an attorney, and I did real estate as well. And then I started coming out of the closet with the metaphysical. Though I've been doing it for always, I was very quiet about it. When I started really embracing not the metaphysical stuff, but when I started really understanding how, again, how energy is, and the energy is what I argue about, which is what we just talked about, what we've been spending the last 5 to 10 minutes on. When I understood that that was the science, a very scientific theory, it's because again, it's all based in energy and how that works. Um, that's how I stumbled across affirmations, and I understood manifestations. But what I how I came to understand affirmations is I believe that they are the key for manifestation. They are the key to create things. It's not the manifestations. I don't, again, affirmations are affirming. Manifestation is I want. Affirmations are it is. And that's how I see it. And so I started doing the affirmations. And when I did, within a very short period of time, the light came on, the resolution came on, the blockade that was years in the making was gone, and those doors opened, and the resolution opened, and they opened at a time where it was you could not ask for a better time to have resolution, because instantly I was able to take other steps to secure my future and turn the whole thing around and walk away with a far better reward than the pain that I thought I was going to have to endure. And I'm not meaning to be cryptic, but again, you don't need to know the details. The point being is that I, at the worst moment, embraced affirmations, taking that risk to say, will this work? I didn't ask the question, will it work? My question was, how long will it take? I had that much faith in it and I started repeating it. And as I did, the universe changed its tune to me because it saw me as not being somebody sitting in a corner and whining and crying, but somebody who says, you know what, I'm going to make my new reality. And the
Did you
reality
see
then
the
shifted.
comment from from Image Solution? She said, or she said, how do you say it is in a sentence?
How do you say it is in a sentence?
As in, you said you stop saying, you just one of them is I want, and one of them it is. So how do you say that in a sentence? In order to get them to get in an affirmation that gets what you want.
Well, one of the best things that I can tell you is um, my wants and the big one. I believe in infinite abundance. Again, you're believing in something positive. In other words, everything is possible, and you believe that infinite abundance can come your way. My wants and needs are my wants and needs are not will be, not was, are. That's the is, the present, are always met. And even if at this point in your life, your wants and needs are not always met, that's not what affirmations are for. Affirmations are to tell you are a way to shift your life, your energy, and whatever to be what it is you intend to be. So you set the affirmation by saying that is what it is. My wants and needs are always met. And eventually the universe turns it around and says, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
One of the things that I've learned, or some of the affirmations that I listen to on YouTube, because YouTube a is a university. There's so much information. I wanted to win the lottery, and so one of the affirmations that I am a jackpot winner. I am a billionaire winner. I am a lottery winner. I am. That changes it to a positive instead of I want to win $1 million. I want to win the jackpot. I am a millionaire. I am a lottery winner. One of the other affirmations I listen to in order to just draw any kind of money to me, the guy says, I am so grateful and thankful that money flows to me from multiple streams, from multiple sources consistently. So he's saying, there it is. He's giving gratitude for the money flowing to him from multiple sources
Yep,
consistently. That's gratefulness in something that hasn't come, but I'm already giving thanks for it.
absolutely.
I am thankful for that money flows to me. I'm positively saying that it's coming to me, and I'm accepting it and already being grateful for it. That means I already know this done. I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you for it because I already know it's done. I already know that you're gonna deliver that to me. So let me go ahead and tell you thank you for that right now. I believe so strongly that it's going to happen that I'm already giving you gratitude and thankfulness for it.
Absolutely. And Miss Linda said, I always give thanks as if I already received it because I know it will be if it's for my higher and best good. And that is one other thing to remember. Some things we ask for are not for our highest and best good, and sometimes they will not come through. But again, you should ask until you know otherwise, and never not ask, because again, tell the universe what it is you want or need, and let the chips fall where they may. And then True Me says, say it like you already have what you want. Exactly. That is the is part.
Exactly. And also, don't think that there's an absence of negativity sometimes, because when I was in that line waiting for them to check my flight, I said, I know the Lord isn't going to do this to me twice. And then immediately I just started saying our affirmation. If you don't know what to say, you just have a general one. I believe in infinite abundance and all my wants and needs are met. All of my wants and needs are met. And so, and that moment, the need that I had was to get me on a flight that will get me to New Orleans in time. Needs and wants are met. It was my need, but it was also my want. I didn't specifically say I am getting on a plane to New Orleans and they're going to get me there in time. I just said I know that this is all going to work out for my good. I know that I'm going to get where I need to be in enough time. And then I just repeated the the affirmation over and over again. And I listened to the song. My guides immediately dropped a song into my spirit. I turned that song on and let it play. I didn't have to, try to figure out, well, why are they sending me this song? What are they trying to say? I just listen to the song. Sometimes we overanalyze ourselves to a bit of paralysis. Well, what is the Lord trying to tell me? Why are they saying it to me that way? Well, why would they send me that song? What does that song mean? Should I listen to every lyric? No. In that moment, I needed to hear, I believe your word is true. I believe that you'll do what you say. That's all I needed to hear. I didn't need to understand that every line of the song and what could they possibly be trying to say. They knew I needed some power. They knew I needed some positivity. I turned the song on, I let it play, and I thought positive thoughts. Boom, boom, boom. My situation turns out different than the first situation where I was crying in a mess and emotionally overwhelmed in the airport. Two different outcomes because I learned the lesson from the first situation on how to change my outcome. And it's all about you changing your outcome. And this just may be for me. In church, I gave away my power. They didn't teach me how to change things in my situation. It was always, well, what is the Lord's will for you? Did you ask the Lord what his will is? Did you lay down your power and let the Lord tell you what to do? No. I've learned, even from my own interpretation and reading the Bible, you have not because you ask not. Ask and ye shall receive. So I tell the
Absolutely.
Lord what I want. That means if I ask, that means I have to put some kind of desire out there. So I ask the Lord what I want, or my higher power what I want, and then I receive. It didn't say, hey, Lord, tell me what you want me to have. Ask and ye shall receive. Tell them what you want, and then you'll receive it. They want you to have what is for your highest and greatest good. And if you don't know what question to ask, just say, what's for my highest and greatest good?
Absolutely.
What's my next step?
Yep.
How do I move forward? A lot of times we make it so complicated because we're trying to take the principles from religion and apply them to manifestation. And that's where my broken situation was. I was trying to apply old archaic religious principles to a free flowing manifestation system, and it never worked on me. I was always frustrated. I was always in disbelief that it would work until I tested it in the positive and got the results that I wanted. And now I'm learning to move forward even more in those manifestations. So it's, how are you going to use your power for good?
Yeah, and you can use this for, first and foremost, two things. Let me say the first thing, and that is that when we say ask, we mean this: what we are doing. Speak it. Don't think it. Don't sit there and go, no, don't think it. Speak it. Speak it to the universe, okay? Because again, speak to the universe. Speak to your higher power. Speak to your spirit guides. Don't play the game of, okay, read my mind. Okay, this is not a psychic test. This is just merely speaking your truth. And then secondly, the other thing is, I have a friend who was. You can use this for other people too. You can use this to help other people, especially if they're using their energies. And what I'm telling you is I have a friend who was. They stayed one day later in New Orleans, and they were trying to get a plane out, and their plane was supposed to leave at 1. And then by the time they reached me, the plane was delayed till 3. And while we're on the phone, it was up till 5. And she's like, "Oh Lord, I'll never get out of here." And then it went to 10:30 p.m. Their 1 o'clock departure turned to 10:30. And
And
so
I'm just 1 second. And Nara, we already read you. We gave you a great reading, and you may have been a catalyst for this reading, but we gave you a great reading.
it was
Sorry,
her.
go ahead,
Absolutely.
baby.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we've been reading you for like 20 minutes, so you need to rewind and go back. We've been reading you,
Yeah, you
and we
got this
gave you a great
started.
reading.
Exactly. This whole chain came from that conversation. So anyway, so I started doing the affirmations here. I'm like, they're on a flight, they'll be home. They're on a flight because she's like, we won't be there till tomorrow now. So we're on a flight. They're on the way home. They will, and sure enough, she within like 20 minutes, she's like, okay, now we got to just adjust it back now, and now it's back to like 5 o'clock. Now, yeah, was that me? I don't know. I'm not saying necessarily it was,
Yes,
but
God, go ahead and check that off as a win for you. You
exactly,
manipulated that. That is your
yeah,
power. That is your doing. I take everything as my magical gift now. I'm a
exactly.
unicorn. I'm a freaking unicorn right now.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I know. I agree because they were like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and they weren't sure. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not happy with that number. So I did. And sure enough, within a short period of time, they're like, oh, damn, we're fine. We're going to be out of here. And they were celebrating. They were happy. And I'm like, There you go. Again,
And you
affirmation.
changed their atmosphere. You
Yep.
could have fed into their negativity and went down and just let that sink, that whole
Yep.
situation sink. Image Solutions, I have a question for you. Um, um, because they keep showing me two small children, and I don't know if you have two little boys or not, but they keep showing me two small children, and you wondering how you're going to take care of these two small children. And so what I got was trust immediately, which is the whole thing that we're talking about, which is trust. I got the King of Cups. And for me, that's a trust issue. That's the thing that sticks out for me. Trusting that you're getting good advice, that the universe is doing things for you on the back end that you don't know about, and that things are working out for your good. You're putting your desires out there, but you're a little bit too wound up on how it's going to come. And that's what we're saying. Stop worrying about the how. You will be okay. You will be able to make your ends meet. I do see a promotion for you in your job. I feel like you're like I see you exiting one building, but with your kids and going on to something else. And so when they show it to me in a package deal like that, it's because of your kids that you're making this change or that you're deciding to make this move. And when they show me you leaving one building, going to another, to me, that's usually promotion or that's usually a change in a job situation. And so I feel like a promotion is coming for you. Tell them how much you want. You just said, I want a promotion. I want to make more money. Well, you could get a raise of $1,000. That's more money, but is that how much you need? How much more money do you need? Tell them what you need. I need 25 more $1,000. I want to make $50,000 in order to live comfortably. And don't set your expectation based on your limited belief, because to you, 25,000 may sound like a lot. Oh my gosh, my employer is never going to give me $25,000. That's you setting your limitation and limiting your higher power. Your higher power is a creator of this whole vast universe. They have resources that are unparalleled, anything beyond your ability to receive. Tell them what you want and allow them to give it to you. If you need another $100,000, then that's what you tell them you need, and that's how you get it. Don't tell them, oh, don't just be like, well, I'll take $10,000. Then okay, you get $10,000. But what you really need is $25,000. And had you said, I need $25,000 in order to, live comfortably, then that's it, and allow them to give it to you. You don't have to give any explanation. Oh, can I get a second job where I'm? Oh, can I get a raise? I need $25,000 more in order to live comfortably, and allow them to do it in their way. It could be an inheritance. It could be a bonus. It could be a raise. Somebody could leave and you could slip right into their position. You're stuck on the outcome of how your higher power is going to do your blessing. And what they're saying, that's not your job. When you get in your car and start it up, you don't wonder what makes that push button start or what that key does. You get in there and you know that you got to get to work. You push that button and you start that car up and you take off. You don't wonder about everything that's going on under the hood. You trust that the vehicle is going to do what it's supposed to do. And that's what your higher power is saying. Allow me to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm the vehicle that you're using to get your blessing. Trust that when you press the button and ask for what you ask for, I'll deliver what you need. And so that's what I'm getting for you.
Fantastic. Good read. Good hit. And they were all over that. They were like, you were actually hitting exactly what they were going through. And that's fantastic.
Exactly. And
Angie, you
so
might be
they
psychic.
really just want her to be positive. I might be a little
You
bit
just
psychic.
might be.
They kept showing me the two little boys and her worry. That's her biggest fear right now. Like, how am I going to make this happen? The holiday is coming up. Halloween's coming up. Thanksgiving coming up. All those are big ticket meal settings. And then Christmas coming up. How am I going to get their gifts? All you need to say is, I want my Christmas is coming. I want to be able to get my children the gifts that they are desiring or get the gifts that they need, and then you allow your universe to do that. I told my universe I want my loans paid by the end of the year, or I want a zero balance on my loan. So you say I want to be able to buy my children the gifts that I can afford. I want to be
Sorry.
able to give my children a great Christmas. And great Christmas might not even be specific enough. I want to be able to buy my children blah 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 blah, and then allow it to happen. Be specific, and then allow your higher power to give you what you want.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's what I got for Image
Yep.
Solutions.
And worst comes to worst, always fall back on I believe in infinite abundance. My wants and needs are always met. Always a
Oh
fallback.
my gosh, it is the best. Even when I was going through the situation with the breast cancer thing, or and having to go and get those mammograms over and over and over again, I kept saying it over and over. It applies for every situation. My wants and needs are always met. Wants and needs. I needed that test result to be a positive test result for me to say that I didn't have cancer. I needed that test result to say this. And so my wants and needs are met. And so I just kept saying it over and over and over and
No.
over. It's not a one hit pony. It's not just for your finances. It's not just for your love. It applies in every aspect of your life, and it reprograms me. Sometimes before I even get the words out my mouth, the affirmation will just start flowing out my mouth, and I won't even get the negativity out. I won't even get to go to that space because I've so programmed myself to say, I believe in infinite. Look, I could probably say those words as easy. I can say the alphabet. I believe in infinite abundance. All my wants and needs are met. Boom, 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 boom. I've used it so much. I've allowed it to become a part of my positivity speech, and so it just flows out of my mouth easily.
Yeah, and remember when we use the word abundance, again, know your vocabulary, make sure you use the vocabulary. The word abundance does not only mean cash and wealth. It means many aspects that is abundant. And so it can be health, it can be happiness, it can be a freedom from whatever. Again, abundance covers a lot of topics. So when I chose the word abundance, it had a very specific meaning, and that is what word covers so much and can deliver such an impact, and abundance was that word. So again, if you're thinking, oh, but I need something more than money, no, abundance is covered in more than just money. Abundance is health, happiness, joy, family, whatever else. So again, you
Listen,
can use
another thing
abundance.
that I keep telling people is pull out what you want. Imagine your portal, imagine your bag of solutions or your bag of things that you want, and just pull out what you want. If
Hmm.
it's Christmas presents for your kids, pull out your Christmas presents.
Yep.
You don't even have to be specific. Just go in that portal, make your portal like I do, like this. Put your hand in there and just pull out your Christmas presents. Pull out your bags of money. Pull out your new job. Pull out your resume. Pull out that. I pull everything out because this is you pulling from the higher realm into your reality. You using your magic to say, wait, in my own physical reality, I can't do this. So I'm going to pull it from the heavenly realm. And I know that it's going to work because I'm pulling it from them and I'm trusting that they're going to give me what's for my greatest and highest good. Don't go in there and try to pull somebody else's husband out because that ain't going to work for you. But you can pull out your own husband. Don't be like, oh, okay, well, I want to be with him so bad, I'm gonna pull him out and he's attached to somebody else. You go pull him and her out because they're already attached. You got to pull out your own husband, not somebody else's. Another thing, the person who was asking about school, Patricia V, will I get accepted to SJVC RN program? I got a yes. I did the pendulum. I don't know if you saw it, but that's what the pendulum I was doing. I got a yes. But I heard you already know that. You know that your grades are good. You know that you've studied well. It is competitive, but it also is a field that needs people. And so, as long as you're mentally committed to doing it for the right reason, your universe, your higher power is going to give it to you. Imagine yourself opening up that letter or opening up that document or that email, and it's saying passed or accepted or whatever it is. You create the reality that you want. The mind doesn't know what's reality and what's fake. So if you see yourself opening that letter over and over and over again, and instead of concentrating on will I do it, just open that letter over and over in your head and seeing that you're passed, seeing that your score was what you needed to be. See it over and over again. And your reality is like, well, she must have already got it. I mean, she keeps showing us the letter, so let's give her the letter.
Hmm.
You attract what it is that you want. And so I feel like you've been told too by other psychics that you are going to pass, and you're still very very worried. And they're saying, "What are you worried for?" You're thinking that you're allowing your negativity to be stronger than the belief that you have in your higher power. If you're going to believe in your higher power, then why are you going to worry about it? And I used to hate when people in church would say that, and I'd be like, it sounds easy, but it's not easy. It's hard. You have to believe that your higher power who created, and see, that was my problem. I saw my higher power as somebody way up here on a pedestal instead of somebody here who was willing to work with me. So I knew that God could, but why would he do it for me? Because I'm way down here and he's way up here. I had to understand that I'm up here with him, and why would he not? Or she not, or however you think about your dreams. And so they're saying, you already got this. You've already been accepted. You know that you've been accepted. And as long as you speak that positivity, you'll have to. You'll go ahead and win. You said I do worry and have anxiety, and that's you attracting negativity. That's you changing the outcome. So anytime you worry about it, just repeat that affirmation.
Yep.
I believe in infinite abundance. All my wants and needs are met. Your need is to get into our in school. Your wants are to get into our in school, and it doesn't specifically have to be that one. They're saying, did you apply for anything else? That may be where you want to go, but they may have something even better for you. So just see yourself getting in school. I am grateful that I got accepted to RN school. I am grateful for the financial opportunities that were afforded to me that made cost effective for me. I am grateful for my journey through RN school. I am, I'm appreciative of the journey that led me to this. I'm appreciative for the patience that I'll get to speak all those are positive and things into the. See yourself that way. Listen, I've seen myself on stage so many times. As soon as I say it, people see it automatically. I was telling somebody earlier, I want to do this full time. I want to do it on stage. She immediately said, I see you on the stage because I see it every time I say it. I've said it so many times that when I say it, other people start seeing it. And now everybody's seeing it. The universe is like, well, everybody can see it. Let's go ahead and give it to her. And so now I've got other people on my bandwagon who are seeing exactly what I'm seeing and who are helping me manifest. Sometimes it's bigger than me. And now I've got all these people on my side who see it, and they see it the way that I see it. And it's just about coming into fruition and allowing all the ducks to be in a row and allow it to happen. So I'm going to say congratulations to you, Miss Patricia V, because I do see you getting into school. I do see you having a great outcome, but also they want you to be mindful not to overwhelm yourself physically and mentally, like by taking on too much and being a little bit overzealous in the beginning. They want you to pace yourself and make sure you're learning and fully learning the beginning principles, because it's just going to build as you go. If you don't get that first part,
Yep.
then how are you going to get the rest? If you don't get that IV part, then you pretty much going to be messing everybody up as you go along when they be like, I need you to do this procedure because you don't know how to do it. So learn the beginning and keep moving that forward. Keep saying that anytime you feel like you have that worry and anxiety, say that affirmation. Say that affirmation. Watch it change your attitude. You should have at the ready several videos from YouTube. This is free. This is free. This is free boasting. This is free encouragement where I can go to a video and just play it and it'll be exactly what I want. If I'm having a hard time with my journey and my weight loss, I can go listen to that. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are 145 pounds. You are this. You are that. And I allow them to tell me how great I am in the voice that I like. I like a man to tell me. So I listen to men tell me things about how great I am. And so I allow that to be programmed into my mind, and it replaces the worry. It gives me something else to dwell on. And so now I've got a cycle of positivity flowing, and the universe hears it and sees it the way that I'm hearing it and seeing it. It's all about you using the power that you have of your mental capacity to change your physical reality.
And remember, Patricia, the most important thing is don't draw the negative in. So make sure that you're thinking positively. And that's why Angie was saying that when you visualize, you're helping yourself think positively. Do not draw the negative in. Don't even go there. And when you get accepted, don't panic over the finances. They too will work out. You are destined to do this. You are destined to shift your entire. This is going to be a shift that will shift everything from this point forward for you, and your life will be altered in ways you can only imagine. And in 10 years, when this has happened and you see us here, you need to come back and say, damn, you guys are right. And we'll say, of course we were.
I'm getting goosebumps as you said that down. I got goosebumps all over to say that positive shift. I feel like she's been in, like, not necessarily dead end jobs, but in things that she didn't want to do. And she's really passionate about this. And this is why she's worrying about it. And the passion is so overwhelming, and the fire and the creativity and the things in the directions that she thinks that she can go in are so overwhelming for her. The possibilities are so amazing to her. It's a little bit beyond her belief.
Mm-hmm.
she can't believe all the opportunities. And then it's like, I don't want to get my hopes up and then get deflated because I don't get the very first step. See it as already happening, and then everything else will build on top of it. Just go
Exactly.
ahead and start thanking your higher power for your acceptance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So, do you see anybody else?
Who are you drawn to, Miss Angie?
Is that Latanya Abraham? She's been pretty vocal. Hey, Liz.
Hey, Liz McIntyre. Nice to see you in. It's been a while since we've seen you. Hope you're well.
A lot of people are saying they're sick. Remember, listen, let me tell you that new moon eclipse wore me out. It's like they just was like boom, boom. New moons are already hard for me. That eclipse made it hard. My whole body was feeling it. Like all my joints were achy. My mental fog was there. I had a crook in my neck that just would not go away no matter what I did. I did heating pads. I did ibuprofen. I did cold press. I did everything I could do to make it go away, and it just would not go away. It was so much anxiety and well, not even anxiety or stress. It was just very heavy on me, all that eclipse energy. And now that we're out of it, I'm ready for this full moon eclipse because full moons are 10 times better for me. So I'm expecting it to just be an explosion of blessings. Like just you get a car and you get a listen. I feel like I'm on Oprah level manifestation. Like baby, I'm about to be on a Color Purple poster. That's how good I feel about my manifestation level. Like I'm truly ready for positive things to happen. And just harness that power and be positive, guys. That's all we're telling you to do is to just be positive.
Exactly. Exactly.
So this lady Abraham, can I get a general? Okay. Donna, if you have anything, you can go ahead. I'm trying to tap into her energy.
Lady Abraham, what are you waiting for? I get this feeling of you have. I just feel like you've been presented. I feel like you're again. I feel like Angie was saying earlier. There's an energy I'm getting of 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 um, of analysis paralysis by analysis, and it's like you're kind of you're stuck, but you put yourself in a stuck mode, and you just gotta you gotta find it. You just gotta start moving. You gotta start moving. You gotta move in some direction because you got to get out of this. And even if you make a wrong step in moving, you can always redirect, but you cannot stay in this situation. You must have some movement forward. And so again, I feel this urgency to, it's like your feet are in mud. It's like pick them up and get moving. And it's going to be difficult to get moving because you've been stuck for a while. But again, any movement is positive, even if it's not in the right direction long term or even short term, you can adjust, but movement is necessary. So I'm getting the feeling like, get to it, get moving. Jojo said she holds herself back based on she thinks she's not good enough or deserves it. My feeling. That's what Jojo was getting. Jojo was picking that up.
And I agree with that, Jojo, because I was gonna say, your energy is very hard to get into. Like I couldn't tap in psychically, so I had to go to the cards because I feel like you're kind of standing there, like, oh, let me see what they gonna say. Let me see if they really know what they're doing. That's kind of the attitude that I got, and not necessarily that you were thinking it in those words, but kind of let me see if they can see what my issue is or what's bothering me. I got the stand your ground card. I feel like you are in a situation where you are feeling like you're stuck in the mud, but that's because you won't settle in and stay on one side of the table. You're either for it one day, you're against it the next day, and they're saying stand your ground. Where are you going to stand in this situation? How are you going to which side of your beliefs are you going to be? What are you fighting for? What perspective do you want? Are you going to stay on the side of negativity or are you going to stay on the side of positivity? Are you going to believe that you actually are capable and able to do this? Because I think I'm a magical unicorn now, that I can just manifest anything right now. And so what side of the table? They're saying stand your ground, but what are you standing for? What side are you standing for? Where are you going to be? You seem to be wavering. They showed me you kind of wavering like this. Where are you going to stand? Where does your loyalty lie in your thinking, in your belief system, in your foundation? Where does your loyalty lie? Do you feed your negative side, which is that devil, that pessimism, or do you feed your higher power, which is that positivity and believing that it is able to be done for you and on your behalf. The next thing I got was the Page of Wands, which says there's good news, there's optimism, there's faithfulness, and courageousness. So that's all in believing. These two go together. Which side of the table you're going to stand on? What are you going to feed? Are you going to feed that side that's going to bring you good news, positivity? Are you going to have the courage to believe in whatever your convictions and your beliefs are, even in the face of what you've seen in your reality? Are you going to use your power to pull out what you want from the heavenly realm into your reality? And then I got the moon card, which again is all about is about your intuition, your dreams, and you seeing things and understanding um like getting rid of your that subconscious insecurity and those misconceptions that you have about manifesting or about religion or about how you're supposed to move forward or what's the prim and proper way to do things. You're very bound and tied up by principles and rules and guidelines and what you think society wants you to have, or what you think religion wants you to have, or what you think you're supposed to do. And they're saying, what is it that you want? If I'd have stayed in religion, I'd still be bound to listening to my pastor interpret a word from people, from men who are interpreting a word that I am now receiving one on one. You know what I'm saying? These people said they got the word and they wrote a whole Bible on it. Well, this is a living God. I can go right to him and ask him about my current situation right now. I ain't got to regurgitate that through the lens of
Amen.
what y'all saw and how
Amen.
y'all saw it. I can go right to my higher power and ask that question and get that information myself. Why would I go and read this old stuff, things that you got from them? I want to know what the Lord does. Listen, the world unchanged since all that happened. I need to know how the Lord want me to deal with this right now. I need you to speak to me like you spoke to them. If they had the ability to believe that the word was coming from the Lord, why can't I believe that it's coming from my higher power and receive it and act on it and allow the Lord to make those decisions for me? You claim to have a living God. You claim to believe in a spirit, but did you go back to a book that teaches you old principles and old ways of being subservient to somebody and allowing them to take away your power? Speak to your power, speak to your abilities, speak to your source. If it's a living God that you're serving, then why can't you talk to them now? Why do you need to go and find out what he said 200 years ago, or 300-400 years ago? Why do you need to go that route? What you need to do is come and ask him what he wants you to do now, based on the situation that you're living now. So that's what I got for you. Trust your intuition. Get over those misconceptions about religion, about what's prim and what's proper, and trust your intuition. Be ready for your good news and stand on one side of the table. Which side are you going to stand on, positivity or negativity? So that's what I got.
Absolutely, absolutely. But again, the most, and for me, the most important thing in my message was get moving. Just get moving. It's time to move. If you do not make the right choice in which way to move, you can change and redirect, but you cannot stay stuck. This is not a long-term solution. This is a problem. So
So ask your higher power, what is my next step? What
exactly.
do I need to do? What is my action item? Tomorrow morning, what do I need to do? What is the first thing I need to do in the morning? One of the things that our mentor Tina told us is she gets up and she has a meeting with her spirit team. It may be in the shower. Okay, these are the appointments that I have today. These are the situations that I have today. How are we going to work through these today? She has a meeting with her higher power every day. It's a set appointment. Do you have a set appointment with your higher power to receive direction on how your day is going to go? Do you speak positivity into your day? Every morning when I wake up, I say, today's a great day. I'm going to receive all the information, even if I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. And if I only receive incremental pieces of evidence, I'm still getting the information that I need. I keep saying that I need to get the information that I need. And when I say information that I need, it could come from multiple sources. It could be about work, but it could be about a little financial situation that I need to know. I needed to decide on what kind of car I wanted. Who did I go to? Don. Don, these are the cars that I'm thinking about getting. Don was like, oh, I had this car. If you want this, then you can get this car. Don gave me all this information and I narrowed it down to the car that I want. And now the universe is like, okay, you know what car you want? I'm gonna go ahead and bring that to the universe. But I had so many options, they didn't know what to give me because I couldn't decide. And once I went to somebody and asked a trusted source and said, hey, what do you think about these vehicles? and he told me what he thought about it. Okay, now I can make a better decision. I can either go into the dealership and test drive those. I can look at those. I can ask a salesman, or I can ask a trusted person who's probably had all of those vehicles, or at least knows about how the inner workings of that machine works. And I can make an informed decision. And now the universe can bring in what I want. Sometimes the confusion is on your part because you won't define what you want, and then the universe is, well, I don't know what the hell to give you, because what is it? What did you decide on? And so you decide how you want to move forward, and how you're going to trust your higher power, and how you're going to use your higher power to guide you forward. It's all right now for you standing your ground and deciding which side of the table you're going to stand on. Are you going to go by what other people tell you should be doing, and the rules and regulations, or are you going to carve your own path out and go by what you're hearing from your higher power and the direction they're giving to you, live and in person, in real time, in reality? So that's what I got for Miss Lady Abraham,
Alrighty then.
or Latanya Abraham. So I hope that helps.
Who?
Oh yes, Miss Linda. Oh my gosh, Miss Linda said ask for a sign. So I went to bed last night and I asked them for a sign. I got the sign that I wanted. I wasn't necessarily happy, but I'm gonna go ahead and accept that as a sign that they gave me. Literally, when I woke up, like at that last second before I woke up, I saw it, I got the word, and I was like, okay, I guess it is what y'all said it's gonna be. I gotta do it that way. And I accepted it. I asked for the sign, I got the sign, and now it's just me accepting that it is exactly the way that they said it was. Because literally it was basically me asking for a sign to continue to believe in something that they had already told me was going to happen. So I was getting that wavering faith, where I was just like, well, shoot, I'm over this. I'm ready to just move on to something else and just move, because it looked like it's not going to happen. So I said, show me a sign that it's going to happen, or give me a reason to believe. And they gave me the sign, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess so. Now I gotta just believe.
Damn it. Damn it, I hate when that works that way. Hey, folks, and one more thing to mention, because Angie triggered on that, which is great, is that if you are in a situation where you're looking for a sign, where you need a sign, and you don't have a reading coming up, or you don't have some other way of getting some insight, and even if you do have a reading or insight, one of the things that you can do, again, even if you do not have a relationship in your mind, you do not have a relationship with spirit guides, I tell you, you do. Even though you may not be acquainted with them, I'm telling you, they're there and they're involved. But again, I won't
They know
argue
you even though you ain't met them.
exactly. I won't argue the point. But what I will tell you is that even if you believe that you don't have a relationship with them, what I would suggest to you is, if you want to know an answer and you want to know a way in which you should move, or which you should, whatever, set a parameter and tell your spirit guides, that if you are to move in a direction, if you are to take a step, if you are to do whatever, or accept whatever, or however you want to do it, make sure it is a confirmational statement that you make, such as, I want, if I should move to X, then I request seeing or hearing or whatever. It could be a word or a phrase that is never used in usual jargon. So again, it is very unique. It could be seeing something that is very unique, but again, something that can happen, but is very rarely going to happen. I mean, if you say, hey, spirit, will I ever marry in my lifetime? If so, within 2 weeks, send me a unicorn. Let's be realistic. Okay. Okay. But don't be surprised if you do get a unicorn, but it pops up on a TV or something. You're like, damn, there it goes. My point is this: is that throw something out like, if I see, spirit, should I move to X? If so, please show me if I'm intended to move to X, show me an orange Mustang within the next 2 weeks. Again, how often do you see an orange Mustang? Boom. If it shows up, guess what? You get your answer. Again, you want to not make it too easy, because again, it doesn't really prove anything if it's too easy. It's like, oh, I'm going out today, so if I'm going to be wealthy next year, show me a silver car. It's like, hello. What I'm saying is go for something that is not often seen or heard, but it is a possibility, very slight, but a possibility, and then watch for it and see how it manifests itself. When it happens, give thanks and say I'm there, and make, and so again, draw it in. If it doesn't happen, then you probably have your answer. Now, do you ultimately have free will and can go against whatever the answer is? Hell yeah, you can. Nothing is a certain. You are the certainty. You make the certainty happen. But what I strongly suggest is do that, and don't be surprised. Again, you do not have to have, you even though I will argue you already have a relationship with your spirit guides. You do not know, you do not need to know you have a relationship with them to make this happen, but give it a try and see how it works, and then come back and report back to me and say, you know what, I tried it, and you know.
My favorite story about asking your higher power for a sign is Gideon in the Bible, where the Lord told him to go out into battle and that he was going to win. And he like, okay, well, I know that's what you said. He asked the Lord for three signs. I usually only speak about two, and I just looked it up. He asked the Lord to produce fire from a rock. And he, for an angel to appear and to produce fire from a rock, he got that. And then he asked for him to wet a fleece and make the ground dry. And then he asked him the next day to make the ground dry and the fleece wet, or however it was. But he asked him, if you look up the story of Gideon, this is him asking the Lord, okay, this will be my sign and my confirmation that I'll win this battle. And you don't even have to like look up the whole story. Like you could just put in Gideon, and then Wikipedia will give you a little summary of the whole thing in the section called biblical narrative, and it'll give you, and it's just him asking for a confirmation. Okay, Lord, if I'm supposed to get this, show it to me. Like I said last night, um if it, how do I give me a sign or help me to continue to believe? And they gave me a sign, and I was specific about what it was, and they showed me exactly what it was. After I saw it, I was just like, well, damn, that's not what I thought it was going to be, but it is exactly the sign that I asked for, and it gave me the outcome that I needed. And then it gave me the wherewithal to continue to move forward. So it's you telling your higher power, hey, I believe you, but while I'm believing you, can you confirm that my belief is correct in you? Or that, give me some kind of confirmation of that it's supposed to be whatever it is, and then allow it. Somebody in the comments said you'll be surprised at how fast it works. Kimberly um, Jager said you'd be surprised at how fast you get the response that you want when you ask and
Mhm.
then allow your higher power to give you that information. So definitely ask for a sign and then allow them to give it to you. And don't make it something easy like, I'll receive a text message from my sister, and your sister text you 55 times a day. Well, that's not a sign. That's something that you do all the time.
Exactly. It has to be something unique. Yeah, it's interesting. It's like that's the old story that I've heard over and over again, and that is there's a guy, and he's heard about the flood. The flood's coming. So the police come by and say, you need to evacuate. Jump in the car. We'll take you. No, no, no. The Lord will provide. Then the water starts climbing, and folks in a boat and a raft come by and say, here, jump on. It's flooding, will save you. No, 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 the Lord will provide. Then the guy moves to the roof because the water's so high, and the helicopter comes and says, here, we're throwing down a ladder, jump on. No, 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 the Lord will provide. The Lord will save me. Well, the guy dies. So he goes to heaven. He said, Lord, why didn't you save me? He said, what more could I have done? I sent you police, a raft, and a helicopter. What else do you want? So again, you
Because
got the
it didn't
signs.
look like what you wanted it to be. And had you been specific, like sometimes we're thinking, like, listen, I used to think that my manifestations will come with balloons and all kinds of sparkles and, like a poof of smoke, and the Lord was going to be like, your wish is granted, Angie. And I was going to hear this loud voice, and I'd be like, hey, I got it. Sometimes it's just not like that. It's different. Literally, I got what I asked. I asked for a picture. I received that picture, and it confirmed what it was that they had said it was going to be. Aubrey King said her mom asked to see a blue butterfly once, and there was a picture of a blue butterfly that popped up on her phone without her doing anything. It was cool. So that's how, like, you may think, oh, I asked for a blue butterfly. I need to see a blue butterfly out in the atmosphere. It may not be that. You may see a blue butterfly on a billboard. You might see a blue butterfly on your phone, like her mom did. You may see a blue butterfly um, on a picture when you walk into a building. It's you receiving it and getting what you want. Before we go on, True Me, were we going to read Elizabeth?
Yeah,
Okay. True Me, don't go away because I have something for you too. It popped up after the last reading, but go
absolutely.
ahead. Let's do Liz. I just get such positive energy from Liz because she's always so positive and
Hmm.
she's always such in good spirits. If you have anything, Don, you can go ahead while
I
I
did.
kind
I
of
was
get in
sharing
her
the
energy.
song "The Best Is Yet to Come." Liz, I think that
Okay.
the traumas and the issues that you've been facing over the last period of time is finally coming to an end. It's coming to a crescendo, and so I think that there is one more. God, I hate to give you this negative part, but it leads to the positive. I think there's one more bump in the road. I sense one more bump in the road, and then it's like clean sailing from there. It's like this is the last hurrah in that regard. So I think that what's coming toward you is going to be far better. Again, the best is yet to come, and then it's like a clean bill of health and clean sailing. So I think that what is in front of you is worth drawing in. I would be using my affirmations continuously to help you get there as soon as possible. But I'm getting a lot of positive energy and a whole lot of new developments popping up that is going to again embrace you in a very positive way. That you'll be glad that it's finally over, and you're gonna be feeling like you're like that's about damn time. It's the Lizzo thing. It's about damn time. Well, that's about damn time. And yes, again, the best is yet to come. So Liz, buckle up and get ready for that the exciting new phase in which you're coming into. I wish I had, if I was doing my cards, I guarantee I'd have a change card, but a tower card, because again, this isn't a change you're involved. This isn't you making change, Liz. This is a change that the universe is giving to you. So again, it's a tower card, but it's going to be this new kind of a new, um, again, a renewed energy, and like a new, and a three of wands. So it's at that beginning of that new journey, like a full card in a way too, a full card, because you're going to feel like again inspired and ready to get it. So that's what I'm getting. What you got, Angie?
Don, that so fits because I kept hearing or I kept seeing initially, like her believing like my body can't take anymore.
Hmm.
Like this is wearing me out. Like I can't take anymore.
Hmm.
And then the card, like as you were speaking about, one more issue to come, I got that balance card, that balancing your resources. And I saw ups and juggling the ups and downs, and it's kind of dealing with the good and the bad. Okay. You've been doing good, and so now you may have one little setback, but ultimately your good is coming. And then I got kind of like the spirits not knowing what to do with you. You're so positive. You're such a nice energy ball. It's like you've evolved into what you were supposed to be, and you reflect all of that energy out and just give it to other people, and you make other people feel better. Like I feel like your purpose in this part of your life is to be that source of positivity and radiate out to other people. So I definitely get the balance. I get having flexibility and being able to just kind of um uh take the good with the bad. Like the facts of life is a song that keeps coming up, but it's that you take the good, you take the bad, and there you learn the facts of life. Like you've understood that. So then the next card I got was the King of Pentacles, and that's kind of like money coming in, a mature, grounded male, masculine energy. Like I feel like you're very grounded in understanding where your blessings come from. And I don't get this as like just money pouring in for you or anything like that. I just get that you understand where your blessings come from, and you're really thankful for the blessings that you receive, and you understand how you manifest things. And they're saying just enjoy the time that you're spending with loved ones and families and friends and things like that, because and just continue to be that natural source of energy. And then I got the the Page of Swords, which is curiosity, or you just needing to have some patience with your situations a little bit more. I know you've been going through this for a long time, but they're just saying have a little bit of patience. Things are coming. communication is coming, scientific, like, on here it says scientific scientists and mathematicians and things like that. I feel like that's just kind of relief in your medical situation, coming to coming in for you. You getting the information that you want. On the bottom of the deck, I got the Eight of Wands, which is movement for me, which is action, which is fast moving action. So things are going to happen, but you still need to have patience in getting the result that you want. It's slowly coming about, and it seems like it's taking a little bit too long for you, but you're maturing in your ability to receive your blessings and to understand how blessings work. So it's coming. Although it's taking, it's you understand that they're saying just have a little bit more patience, and then it's coming. And even the card after that was the chariot card, which was more movement. So I feel like movement is coming. Just be patient, because some of the stuff is happening behind the scenes, and because you don't see the reality of it and you know that it's coming, we still grow a little bit impatient, because that humanness in us does sometimes overtakes our spiritual beliefs. And so, but overall, I get that your guys just really are pleased with your positivity and how you're moving forward. So that's what I got for Miss Liz.
Super, super. Well, I think that Liz
She
Hope.
said she's having another surgery on the 14th,
So that must be that last hurdle then that I was seeing.
and she said, "I know this is it."
Yep, yep. That was the last hurdle that I seen. So Liz, again, this is going to be, again, the last one, the last thing I see, and then it's all positive from this point forward. So know that,
Yeah.
but not only know it, but again, believe it. Make that statement that this fixes all. This surgery fixes all. This fixes all. This fixes all. And make sure that you say it, believe it, draw it in, and then don't be surprised when it happens. Celebrate it and give thanks. Give thanks when it does. Okay. You said True Me. You said you had something with True Me.
True me. So while we were having our discussion and giving all this positivity and all these affirmation exercises and all these things to move forward, they showed me grass growing up under you. For me, grass growing is lush and it's abundance. And they're telling me that your 2024 is going to give you exponential growth in a way that you've never seen it before, because you've actually, like, you're not just giving lip service to the affirmation thing or to the positivity thing. Oh, you may have your setbacks, and you may have your, times when things are a little bit overwhelming and you're wondering, but overall, you seem to be in that change, positive mindset that we're speaking of. And they're just showing me growth to the point where it's just so lush and your growth is just so high that it's taking you to different levels beyond anything that you could have imagined. But they're saying, what is it that you truly want? What is it that you truly want to accomplish in 2024? Like, what is it that, if in order for your 2024 to be personally great for you, what is it that you want? And they reminded me of a friend that I used to have at the beginning of the year. She would set about 5 or 10 goals that she wanted to accomplish, and throughout the year, she would just check them off as they happened. She didn't try to look into them. She didn't try to make them happen. She just set these goals that she wanted to make, and then she allowed, her higher power to make those things happen, and she just checked them off. And that's how they're showing it to me, checking them off. What is it that would make your 2024 profitable or happy, or um proactive for you? And so they're saying, give them a list of things that you want, or give them some intentions that you want. And then that's what you'll be working for, or that's what they'll be helping you to accomplish in 2024. Overall, I don't feel like you're in a bad mental health space. I do feel like you've had a few financial setbacks, but you are believing in the affirmations and the positivity, and they show me the wheel of fortune turning in your favor and your abundance coming. But it's going to be exponential, like it's going to be so fast, and it's going to happen so rapidly. So when 2024 starts, have your list of things that you want, and then just watch them start checking off. And you're going to have to make a new list, because you're going to get them so fast. They're showing me I remember my sister had a vision board, and she put all these things on there, and she got everything she wanted on her vision board. And so then she had to make a new vision board, and she had to go beyond what she had wanted before. And so what they're saying is, tell us what you want, and we'll give it to you in 2024. What would make your 2024 memorable, happy, and joyous for you? So that's what I got. But definitely growth is what they wanted me to show you, that abundance and growth is happening for you. and something about fish that they're showing me. That's my symbol of abundance and growth. So fish for you, what is that? Is that like a leisure thing? Does that like that also could be leisure and letting me know that you're no longer worried about things because you have the time to leisurely go fishing and to rest and to get that healthy mental state. Okay, so that's what I
True
got.
me, for what I'm getting and picking up a piece of jewelry. Did you get a piece of jewelry from a grandparent? Because I'm picking up like a keepsake, and they're showing me a piece of jewelry, and they're giving me grandparent energy. So because they're giving me two back, it's like a double back. And so, do you have a piece of jewelry from a grandparent that draws that? Does it ring a bell? Does this resonate with you? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. True me, this was for you, by the way. Yes, yes. Years ago, my grandma's ring. Okay, okay, okay. And what have you done with it, or do you have you put it away? Because I'm getting the feeling like you need to take it out. It needs to. Did so you tucked it away someplace or whatever? I'm being shown on a necklace, her wedding ring. I'm being shown like on a necklace. So I'm kind of being guided to give you advice to maybe put it on a chain and wear it. There's something about the significance of that energy right now that you need to have, and it's going to bring you closer. Also, what they have been trying to, I wear it once in a while. Okay, you need to be wearing it now. You need to take it out, but don't put it on the finger. Put it on a chain, and wear it on a chain at least for the next week. Because again, I think they're trying to reach out to you. I think they're trying to have a conversation, and I think that necklace will help you to feel their energy and maybe have that connection better. They've been trying to communicate, but they haven't been successful, and so they're giving me the way in which they may be able to connect to you. Now, true me, take this as information that is beneficial to you and everybody else is listening. Because we want to hear them does not mean the message will come via hearing. However, it could be delivered to us and all of a sudden we just know it. Again, you when that happens, they they send us information and you know it's not yours because the thought process isn't the way you think. The words in which they're put together in your mind does not fit the way in which you speak, and sometimes they use words that don't even fit your age or the generation in which you live or have lived. So again, know that they're communicating and know that this is going to open you up, but be open to the fact that even if you do not hear them speak to you, that does not mean they're not speaking to you. It's just that they're going to speak to you in other things, such as, again, they'll drop information in your head and you'll wonder where they came from. They could also send you information via images, also via like flashes. Uh, and don't be surprised. Again, when you put this on, do not be surprised. Do not be shocked if you're looking in a mirror and all of a sudden you see the person that gave you that, your grandmother that gave you that ring. Don't be surprised if you look and she's there. You may not be able to see her in this dimension, but when you look in the mirror, that opens that dimension for you. So do not be surprised. Do not be shocked if that happens to you. But yeah, she's trying to reach out to you. She's trying to be there for you. She's trying to give you some direction. So put that necklace, put the ring on a chain, wear it again for the next 2 weeks at least. And don't be surprised if that connection then happens and you are going to get the words that she's trying to send to you. You need to hear what she's wanting to share. Okay?
Oh my gosh, Don, that makes so much sense. Remember, and I don't know, well, actually, we haven't been live, but I was literally at work, at my second job, and I could taste the dressing that my grandmother make. I could smell the herbs, and that's what I wanted. So I came home that weekend, I made the dressing, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, dang, I want some collard greens. So I made collard greens with smoked turkey in it. And then I was like, oh, well, I want this. And so it ended up being a big Sunday dinner with a ham and all this other stuff. And so it was my grandmother saying, you need that hug. This is the only way I can hug you right now. So I want you to enjoy this food and I want you to savor it. And while I ate it, I remember, having the dressing, watching her cook it, being in her home. I remember all those things and I got what I needed. I got that interaction. I got that emotional thing that I wanted. But then as I went, so I was obedient in that. Sometimes I tell you, it's a series of small steps that you have to take. So I was obedient in making that. I enjoyed that moment. I got the emotional thing that I needed. But then my grandmother came to me in dreams, and then I heard my grandmother speaking to me. And then when we went to the seance, the lady gave me more information, and so it was me. It was her trying to reach me, but me not receiving it or me not understanding it because I wanted it to be a certain way, and all the different ways she came to me. She came to me in the food and created memories for me to get that. She knew what I needed at that time. And so she gave it to me in the way that I needed it, and in the food and an emotional hug. And then the information came
Mhm.
through dreams and messages and other people interpreting what she was saying to me. So just be ready for all the different ways it could come, or the multiple ways it could come. It could come in one of her favorite movies, her favorite food, her favorite song, just dreams that you have about her. You remember one of her old sayings and just laughing about it, or you being presented an opportunity where one of her old sayings makes sense. And so those are all different ways that they acknowledge that they're there and they're helping us to make some
Mhm.
decisions. Or you just get that flash of enlightenment. It's like, boom, okay, I finally tuned into her energy, and boom, there's an answer that I needed right there. I forgot about that. And so that's what they're saying to
And
me.
that's why the ring, again, the ring has her energy, but again, it's her way of, it's like an antenna for her, she believes. And as it hangs close to your heart, again, it's going to create that energy that you need. So please make sure that you do that. Try it for the next 2 weeks and let us know. Please come back and share with us the experience that you get. Again, be very open minded and be ready to receive whatever and however it comes. Okay.
And the thing is, you know what? I didn't even know that I needed that. Like my grandmother connected with my energy and knew what I needed emotionally based on what I was going to be dealing with over the next couple of weeks, and gave me what I needed without me even calling her.
Hmm.
I just listened to and did the series of steps that called her energy and or allowed me to receive the message.
Yep. When believe me, when they want to talk to you, they will find a way. excuse, excuse me. With that, Angie, I think we are done. My
Yes,
my
sir.
cough's getting worse, so it's probably a good thing to end in this at this point. Thank you, Angie, for coming in. Thank you for popping in and reading the energy tonight.
I miss everybody. Like, I feel like we've been gone for a long time. So I wasn't there Tuesday. We weren't there Wednesday. I didn't do anything Sunday. And I'm like, listen, I'm ready. I'm ready. And so I'm glad
Yeah, and we had great
that we
energy.
made
Thank
it.
you, everybody, because when you come in and you bring your high energy, you make it easy because you've raised the level for us, which gives us an opportunity to speak with spirit far easier. As you see, we didn't do much reading on the cards tonight. Tonight was all psychic, and that's because you brought the energy. You brought it to us, and we didn't have we weren't pulling teeth. I love that. I love the fact that they
And I
brought it.
hope that our message was broad enough that like if you didn't get your question specifically answered, you'll understand how to apply the things that we're telling you to your situation and get the manifestations that you want. Use the affirmations to help you out, because that's all we're trying to do is take you to a higher level of thinking where you don't always need to come here and get an interpretation from us. And so as you raise your higher level of thinking, it brings us to a higher level of thinking, and we're constantly raising the consciousness. Because if you finally raise your level, that means I have to raise my level in order to be able to give you your next message, because I need to be at a higher level of thinking too. And so we all keep raising the consciousness and getting everybody on a positive vibe or level of thinking. So I just hope that generally the information we give is helping you all to evolve into better beings.
Absolutely. Angie will be back on Sunday. Is that correct, Angie?
Correct,
Angie's
Sunday.
back on Sunday. That's uh, Pacific
Well,
Standard.
Image Solutions, you can always watch our old ones. We have stacks of old ones in there that you could go ahead and read. Me and Don, me and Alicia, me and my people from Sunday, Don and Don and Shauna. So there's lots of things in the archives you can go and read. Don will be back on in the morning.
Yep, I'll be back on tomorrow morning starting 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll run for about 2 to 3 hours with Shauna. And then on Friday, Julie will be back with Sean with Scott,
Scott.
and Angie's back on Sunday night with depending on the person that day, but but usually it switches between Alicia and.
Sherry Berry won't be able to do it because she's having surgery, and please send her positive
Oh,
energy. Send
absolutely.
her some healing yellow hearts. So Friday she has surgery, and I'm her driver, y'all.
All
Oh my
right.
God, I get to
All
drive her around.
right.
Not the way that she drove me around, people. But Friday she has surgery, and then so she won't be on there Sunday. So it'll be whoever is available on Sunday, either Alicia or Michelle or somebody, or maybe just me on my lonesome, and Keena being in the background in the parking lot giving her little readings in the background. So. But I will be back Sunday because I just, I kind of miss my time with you all. Like we feed each other. That energy helps me out.
Absolutely.
When you say, "Hey, you did help me," that helps me to be like, "Okay, I am making sense. The things that I'm saying is helping you out, and you're not just on here loving to hear your name being called. You really are." Getting their result from what I'm doing, because basically if you're going to a therapist over and over and over and over and they're telling you to do something and you're not making any progress, there's a disconnect between you and your therapist. Either you're not doing what they're saying or they're not understanding what your need is, and there's a disconnect. And so I just want to make sure that we're connecting on the right level, and that the information that I'm disseminating to you is helping you to evolve to a level that every time you come back, you have raised your consciousness and your ability to manifest in your
Absolutely,
life.
absolutely. So, with that said, we're out of here, folks. Again, love, light, and energy to everyone. To Sherry, we're definitely sending some healing energy that she recovers quickly. And don't forget, if you want a private reading, you can reach out to Angie, or you can reach out to me. And let me take this thing off of here so you guys can see our private email addresses. You can reach out to us via our private email and arrange for private readings. Private readings are not always free because, again, that's how we make our living. So know that. But again, they are intense. They are long. They usually run between 45 minutes and an hour and 10 to 15 minutes, depending. So they are intense. They are, and you control those readings.
Even when I don't try to make them that long, I'll be like, Lord, this will be 30 minutes.
Mine tend to go on
2 hours
for a little
later,
too
I'll
long.
be like, what the heck?
So the email addresses are down below each of us. You can check us out there. Also on our social media platforms, you can message us through the social media platforms, and on my website, Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Pretty much everywhere you look, don't look for my name, look for Sonoran Mystic Tarot. You will find me. My name doesn't get you as many places as the Sonoran Mystic Tarot does. I seem to be everywhere, which is not a bad thing.
Hello, somebody.
Exactly. With that said, we are out of here again. Thank you all so very much. We appreciate it. Have a great one, and we will talk with you. I'll see you tomorrow, and then Angie will see you Sunday and back next week as well. And don't forget, this is November. Folks, before I go, yes, 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 because I will not see you until after the 1st of November, I think, if the numbers add up right. And so on the 1st of November, please put that salt on your door stoop. Make sure across the door stoop, put that salt. The salt will keep the negative
Oh,
energy
it's
out.
next Wednesday, so it will be our next live.
Okay,
The
good.
first is next
So I won't
Wednesday.
go into
Yes.
all that. We'll talk about it then. But get your salt ready. Get your salt ready. Get your cinnamon ready. Ground cinnamon. Get that thing ready. And if you haven't gotten your cinnamon broom yet, find it. Trader Joe's has them.
And it's about to be a full moon, so go and look at Don's full moon ritual in his playlist.
I think it's on my birthday. I think the full moon is on my birthday. Can you
The
imagine?
28th, I think so
Do do
too.
do 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 do.
Gonna be good, Don. That's so good. Look, and then the veil is really thin because Halloween is coming. Listen,
Uh,
I want to eat so much candy now, Don, but I'm just holding myself and not doing it because
well, I blew my diet in New Orleans. I mean, I just totally obliviated it. So
none of those calories count because it was a celebration.
exactly. Plus, I broke the food apart, so they fell out. So it's okay.
Exactly. You taught me that a long time ago.
Absolutely.
Celebrations mean it doesn't count, and then you broke the fool apart, and
Yep.
that made
All
all
the
the
calories
calories
fall
fall out.
out. Not a biggie.
Exactly.
Good night, everybody. Have a great one. And
Good
say your
night.
affirmations.
Every day.